Chapter 560. Anyway, it was a piece of cake for him. He used to do it all the time and was very familiar with it now. He just went to a 5-star hotel to buy breakfast and cooked it himself. It wasn't that Xiaofan didn't want to buy breakfast, but he was afraid that Taoist Lu Li and his gang would come again when he left. Then, he would be caught off guard. Xiaofan didn't enter the room to disturb them. Su Chuxia's room was a suite anyway, and there was a bathroom in the room. He wasn't afraid of anything awkward. He sat in the kitchen and quietly waited for Su Chuxia and the others to wake up. Xiaofan suddenly had a feeling that he wouldn't be staying in Lan City for long. Perhaps, there would be a conclusion to this matter in the next few days. Su Chuxia woke up at 6:00 in the morning. After washing up, she pushed Tian Souring, who was still lazing in bed. "Hey, Souring, wake up. It's time to go to school. Don't tell me you're also sleeping in at home." "Ah." Tian Souring rubbed his eyes. "There's an alarm clock at home. Don't I have you here? You're using me as an alarm clock." Su Chuxia was speechless. "Okay, hurry up and wash up. I'll make you breakfast." "Hey, your cooking isn't good. It's not as good as Xiaochang's," Tian Souring said. "Call him then," Su Chuxia said angrily as she put on her clothes and walked out of the bedroom. "Okay." Tian Souring got up in a daze and slowly put on his clothes. Then, he heard Su Chuxia scream from the living room. "Ah! Ah! What happened to Chuxia? Those bad guys are here again?" "Don't be afraid, Sister Souring is here." With that said, Tian Suruan looked around, picked up a large flower pot in the bedroom, and rushed out. In a daze, he stumbled and fell. The flower pot flew out with a whoosh. Seeing that it was about to hit Su Chuxia's back, Xiaofan jumped in fright. He wondered what Tian Souran was up to. Why did he have to be so clumsy and throw the flower pot away? He hurriedly reached out and pulled Su Chuxia into his arms. Then, he caught the flower pot with one hand and held it in his hand. Bam! Tian Souran tumbled to the ground, feeling dizzy. Su Chuxia went to the kitchen to cook in her pajamas. She wasn't wearing a bra, so her body leaned softly against Xiaochen's body. She blushed and quickly broke free. She ran over to Tian Suruan to check on him. "Suruan, are you okay?" In Xiaochen's arms, he could still smell Su Chuxia's fragrance. It smelled good, probably a mixture of shampoo and shampoo. "Aya, that's not fair. Sister Sour almost fell to her death, but Chuxia is treated differently. Xiaochang, are you okay? Didn't you say that you would chase after Sister Sour? Why are you chasing after Chuxia now? You should have hugged Sister Sour first." Tian Souran got up and sat on the ground. He said gloomily. My priority is to protect Su Chuxia, so I instinctively went to protect her." Xiaochen sweated. In fact, he was closer to Su Chuxia, and it was fine for Tian Souran to fall. However, if Su Chuxia was hit by the flower pot, she probably wouldn't be able to get out of bed for a few days. "Okay." Tian Souran heard that Xiaochen's reason was reasonable, so she didn't dwell on it. Instead, she nodded and said, "Then, when you're not protecting Chuxia, you have to treat Sister Sour first." Didn't I wake up early in the morning and make you breakfast with love?" Xiaochen smiled and said, "Yours is different from Chuxia's." "Ah, is that true?" When Tian Souran heard that there was breakfast, she forgot about the pain in her body. She got up and ran to the kitchen. Sure enough, she saw 2 fried eggs, but hers was heart-shaped, and Su Chuxia's was ordinary. She was immediately happy. "It's really different." "That's great. It's just that Sister Sour is sick of eating fried eggs. You're so troublesome. It's good enough that you have food." Su Chuxia didn't mind. She ate the same thing every day, so she didn't mind. Tian Saori remembered that Xiaochen had specially made it, so she sat down and started eating. However, the moment she started eating, she almost cried. F***ck, Sister Saori has lived for more than 10 years in vain. How can there be such a delicious fried egg? Su Chuxia looked at Tian Suren's tearful expression and was a little speechless. Sour, are you okay? Your words are so sour that I'm about to cry. You two don't have to be so lovey-dovey. What's so good about a fried egg? When I made it for you yesterday, you looked like you had eaten poison. Today, it's delicious? It's really delicious. Tian Soran finished the fried egg in 2 or 3 bites. She was a little unsatisfied and started drinking the milk on the table. Wow, this milk is delicious too. Su Chuxia was really speechless. Soran, I give up. Sure enough, he was right. Girls in love are all silly girls. After saying that, Su Chuxia sat down and started eating the fried egg. After taking a bite, she was stunned. After taking another bite, she realized that Tian Soran wasn't lying. She wasn't deliberately showing off. It was really delicious. How is it? Is it delicious? Tian Soran looked at Su Chuxia proudly. You won't scold me this time, right? Xiao Chang, what did you do? Why is your cooking so delicious? Su Chuxia was a little puzzled. Even if you're from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau, you don't have to learn these things, right? If I told you that I used to sell breakfast, would you believe me? Xiao Chen smiled bitterly. Of course I would. When you guys are on a mission, you can disguise as any profession. Su Chuxia nodded. Well, something like that. Oh right, did you contact your father yesterday? What did he say? Xiao Chen asked. He didn't reply. Maybe he's doing research? Usually, when I leave a message on QQ, he only replies me after a few days, Su Chuxia said as if it was normal. Okay. Xiao Chen actually didn't expect Su Chuxia's father to be of much use. After all, he was just a researcher. It was good enough that he could take care of himself. After dinner, Tian Soran still wanted to continue. Xiao Chang, if only you were really my boyfriend. I realized that my mouth was bitten by the food. What should I do? If Sister Soran doesn't eat it in the future, I'll feel uncomfortable all over. I have to leave eventually. Plus, I already have a girlfriend. Xiao Chen smiled. Plus, aren't you going to be taken back by your family? That's true. Tian Soran nodded. I was just saying. Forget it, let's go to school. In the morning, at the entrance of the classroom, Xiao Chen gave Tian Soran a bouquet of flowers. Thus, the news of Xiao Chang courting Tian Soran spread throughout the school. Some students with bad intentions went to Dean Xiu to report Xiao Chang's puppy love. However, they were scolded by Dean Xiu. What? Are you jealous that he got first in the exam? If you can get first, you don't even have to go to school. Dean Xiu didn't like that student. His studies weren't good. He relied on his family's money to pass his days here. He didn't make any big mistakes. Don't think that he didn't know that this kid also liked Tian Soran. That student was a little dumbfounded. Plus, he gave you flowers. That's a classmate friendship. It's a pure relationship between a man and a woman. Dean Xiu snorted. If there's nothing else, go back. Before you talk about others, get your own results first. Yes. That student left helplessly. Kai Wujin also heard the news. He was stunned. What? So Xiao Chang wasn't courting Su Chuxia but Tian Soran. What was the point of going against him? He thought that he was courting Su Chuxia. They were existences that could be friends. Thinking about it, it was normal for him to misunderstand. Xiao Chang was courting Tian Soran, so it was normal for him to be friendly with his bestie, Su Chuxia. However, his father told him to stay put for the time being. This made Kai Wujin feel very helpless. Someone took a photo of the flowers you gave me and sent it to the school's Weixin group. Go and take a look. Sister Soran is so happy. Tian Soran sent a text message to Xiao Chen. Oh. Xiao Chen was stunned. He didn't expect the school to have a Weixin group. Hence, he randomly registered an account and used Xiao Chang's name. He joined Tian Soran's Weixin and was invited into the group. As expected, everyone in the group was talking about the flowers that morning. What surprised everyone the most was that Tian Soran actually gave the flowers to her subordinate. If it was in the past, this would have been impossible. When others gave flowers to Tian Soran, she would put them in a vase in the class. As for Xiao Chen's flowers, she put them in her desk. It was obvious that she had tacitly agreed to Xiao Chen's pursuit of her. However, Xiao Chen just looked at it and didn't say anything. Hence, no one noticed that he had been added into the group. However, not long after, someone verified his identity and wanted to add him. Xiao Chen took a look and saw that it was someone called Wang Fantian. Could it be his junior high classmate, Wang Fantian? Xiao Chen hesitated for a moment, but he still verified this person. Xiao Chang, right? I'm the person you met at Azure Mountain that day. Do you still remember? I saw that you were with Su Chuxia and Tian Soran when you left, so I guessed that you might be a student of this school. Why haven't I seen you before? Can we be friends? Let's have lunch together. After Wang Fantian verified his identity, he sent a bunch of messages over. Xiao Chen frowned. This Wang Fantian was obviously interested in him. Actually, 3 years was not a long time, but it was not a short time either. The two of them hadn't seen each other for 3 years, but Xiao Chen hadn't changed much since then. It was the same for Wang Fantian. In the 3rd year of junior high, the height and voice were basically fixed. Even if you were a little taller, your figure wouldn't change. It was understandable for Wang Fantian to be suspicious. Xiao Chen thought about it and replied, "Of course I remember. Let's meet at noon then." Xiao Chen thought that it was better to meet him. Otherwise, with Wang Fantian's personality, it would be even more troublesome if he got into a dead end. His personality was a little reckless, and Xiao Chen was really afraid that he would reveal his identity. Chapter 561. After all, no one suspected that Yang Tan was dead. The current Yang Tan was actually Xiao Chen. However, if Wang Fantian leaked this information, the Supernatural Investigation Bureau would definitely launch an investigation. There were too many suspicious points about his identity that could not be investigated. Therefore, Xiao Chen decided to meet him at noon. With Xiao Chen's understanding of Wang Fantian at that time, even if he knew about his situation, he would not say it. Sometimes, good brothers were for life. It did not matter how long they had known each other. At critical moments, they could treat each other with sincerity. Zhu Yingxiong was such a person. They were all different from snobs like Chen Jinpeng. After making the decision, Xiao Chen sent a message to Tian Soran, telling them not to leave the school gate at noon and to eat in the school. He had something to do and could not accompany them. In the past, Su Chuxia would have been happy that Xiao Chen wasn't by her side. However, now that she knew his identity, especially after almost being kidnapped yesterday, she was a little scared. Naturally, she would listen to him and not cause any more trouble. Although Xiao Chen would not listen in class and play with his phone, all the teachers turned a blind eye to him. He was the top student in the school. Who knew if he was playing with his phone or using it to study? Xiao Chang, are you playing with Weixin? Can you tell me your Weixin number? Ling Qianxue, who was at the side, asked Xiao Chen sweetly while the teacher turned around to write on the blackboard. Oh, sure. I'm in the school's Weixin group. After you add me, I'll add you. It's our school's group, Xiaochen said and gave his Weixin number to Ling Qianxue. Okay. Ling Qianxue took out a pink phone and added Xiaochen's Weixin number. After verifying it, Xiaochen added her into the group. Ling Qianxue looked at it and asked, I heard, you're pursuing Tian Soran? Yes, that's right. Xiaochen naturally would not deny it in front of outsiders. I see. It's so romantic. Ling Qianxue said with some envy, no one has ever sent flowers to Qianxue. I also hope to receive a large bouquet of roses. No way. You're so pretty, why didn't anyone give you flowers? Xiaochen was a little surprised. I heard that the schools in Japan are even more open. It should be normal to have a relationship in school, right? Yes, but Qianxue is going to a women's college, so there are no boys. Ling Qianxue explained. I see. Xiaochen nodded. There was indeed such a school, so there was nothing he could do about it. If you stay in this school, you'll probably be pursued soon. Now that you've just transferred here, everyone hasn't figured out your character yet. Ah, but I feel that it will be annoying again. Ling Qianxue sighed again. I don't want to be in a relationship yet. Xiaochen was a little speechless. A girl's mind was really not easy to understand. One moment she was thinking, the next moment she wasn't. It was as if she was sour. If she wanted to date, she had to pick someone. She even had to pretend to be him. How troublesome. Ling Qianxue continued to listen attentively while Xiaochen continued to play with his phone. In the blink of an eye, it was noon. 10 minutes before the end of class, Xiaochen received another message from Wang Fantian. Xiaochang, I'll be waiting for you at the entrance of grade 12 class 9. See you later. Xiaochen was stunned. How did he know that he was in grade 12 class 9? However, he immediately felt relieved. His identity had probably been discussed in the school's Weixin group chat. It was not impossible for Wang Fantian to know that he was in the same class as Tian Suru. After class, Su Chuxia and Tian Suru went to the school cafeteria for lunch. Meanwhile, Xiaochen saw Wang Fantian at the entrance. Wang Fantian waved at Xiaochen enthusiastically. Brother, over here. Wang Fantian was a very easygoing person. Perhaps it could be said that he was a little reckless, but he was a genuine person. From the way he greeted him, based on Xiaochen's understanding of him, he could roughly tell that this person had no ill intentions towards him. He was different from Kai Wuliang and Taoist Luli. Why did you arrive first? Did you end class early? Xiaochen asked. Yes, it was physical education. I left a little earlier. Wang Fantian smiled and nodded. Xiaochang, you're a new transfer student, right? I've never seen you before. Yes, I transferred from Songning. Xiaochen nodded. That was what was written in his admission file. There was no need to hide it. Even if he did, Wang Fantian could easily find out later. If he knew that he was lying, he would be even more suspicious. Hence, he might as well tell the truth. Songning? Wang Fantian was slightly stunned. He smiled bitterly and said, to be honest, if it weren't for the fact that you look different from my good friend, from your voice and figure, would have thought that you were my friend. Also, he's also from Songning. He's from Songning No. 1 middle school. Hee, is that so? I'm from Songning No. 2 middle school. Xiaochen smiled. That's not right. My friend transferred to Songning No. 2 middle school. You've never seen him before? Wang Fantian was stunned. Oh. Xiaochen was stunned too. This Wang Fantian looked like a fool. Was he being a little more meticulous than he seemed? Or was he just saying whatever came to his mind? Xiaochen wasn't sure, so he said calmly, I don't go to school much. Maybe I don't know. Is that so? I heard that something happened to him a while ago. He killed someone from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau and ran away. I don't know where he went. Wang Fantian said casually, you don't know about such a big thing? What's the Supernatural Investigation Bureau? Xiao Chen asked back. It's to protect Su Chuxia. A while ago, that Xiao Mengzi was your ex. He's from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau, Wang Fantian said. Ex? Xiao Chen frowned. The two of them talked as they walked out of the school building. Unknowingly, they walked to an empty place on the field. Wang Fantian stretched out his arm and strangled Xiao Chen's neck. Xiao Chen was stunned. He wanted to fight back, but he didn't expect Wang Fantian's strength to be so strong. He tried to break free, but he couldn't. In a panic, he could only use the strength of a level 9 Qi refinement stage to break free. He could tell that Wang Fantian was using a lot of strength. With such strength, he was trying to kill him. Xiao Chen was shocked. This Wang Fantian obviously wasn't using inner force, but how could he be so strong? Previously, when Xiao Chen was in Songning No. 1 middle school, he knew that although Wang Fantian couldn't cultivate inner force, his strength was amazing. However, he didn't expect it to be this strong. This was simply asking for his life. Xiao Chen shouted subconsciously, what are you doing? If you don't stop, I won't be polite. Since Xiao Chen couldn't break free, he could only condense a fireball to attack Wang Fantian. However, Wang Fantian was once his good friend. He didn't want to do that. Stop shouting. Don't think that I don't know your identity. Wang Fantian sneered and said, you are that Yang Tan, right? Tell me, where did you take my brother, Xiao Chen? If you don't say it, do you believe that I will strangle you to death today? Xiao Chen was stunned after listening to Wang Fantian's words. Only then did he understand why Wang Fantian tested him with so many words. It turned out that this guy suspected that he was Yang Jiannan. Thinking about it carefully, this Wang Fantian was really good at pretending. Although he looked as simple and honest as before, in fact, he had become a lot more cunning. When he was waiting for him at the classroom door, he didn't show it at all. Don't deny it. I have studied you for a long time. You are Yang Tan from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau, right? Deliberately pretending not to know the Supernatural Investigation Bureau? Deliberately saying that you don't know Xiao Chen? Are you lying? You suddenly appeared beside Su Chuxia inexplicably, and it was after that Xiao Meng left. Do you think this is normal? At this point, Wang Fantian didn't give Xiao Chen a chance to explain at all. He continued, who is Su Chuxia? Would she let a guy follow her? Follow her to Tianqing Temple? Okay, now you can explain. I'll give you 3 minutes to think about it. Don't think that I won't kill you. I, Wang Fantian, will do what I say. You, strangle me to death. You can't escape, right? Xiao Chen smiled bitterly. He didn't expect Wang Fantian to be so fierce. However, he still couldn't understand it. Even if he was Yang Tan, he didn't have to do this, right? What did you do to my brother? It's useless to say those things. Don't think that I don't dare to do it. I am a person who will go all out. Wang Fantian chuckled. Don't get lucky. Think carefully before you speak. If it wasn't for my brother encouraging me to not give up and to keep working hard, I wouldn't be where I am today. So, if you want to lie to me, you will be crippled today. As he said this, Wang Fantian's arm tightened even more, making it hard for Xiao Chen to breathe. Looking at the ruthlessness in Wang Fantian's eyes, Xiao Chen didn't doubt that he would do what he said. Alright, Fantian, I surrender. I admit it. I am Xiao Chen, okay? Xiao Chen was speechless and could only surrender. Huh? This time, it was Wang Fantian's turn to be stunned. What are you talking about? Don't bullshit. Aren't you Yang Tan, Yang Jiannan? F***ck, you dumb *SS, hurry up and let go of your boss. I'm about to be strangled to death by you. Yang Tan was already killed by me. Where can I go? Xiao Chen said angrily. Huh? Wang Fantian didn't let go. Instead, he frowned and looked at Xiao Chen in front of him. Your strength is no weaker than a martial master now. Did you confess to Su Chuanxue? Didn't you say that you would look for her after you became a martial master? Xiao Chen saw that he was still in a daze and couldn't help but be angry. Aya, what the F***ck? Wang Fantian finally believed it this time. It's really you, Xiao Chen. I made a mistake. When I went back that day, I was wondering if it was you. But after thinking about it, I think you seem to be that Yang Tan. Nonsense, you almost strangled me. Why are you still so strong? You used to be like that. Don't you know that you have great strength? Xiao Chen glared at him angrily and said, in the past, you pretended to be a hooligan. I looked for Shen Jingxian to be the hero and save the damsel in distress. In the end, I was almost killed by your punch. Chapter 562. Hee. Wang Badian scratched his head awkwardly. At this moment, he seemed to have returned to the simple and honest Wang Badian. I heard that you got goddess Shen. But she left. Xiao Chen sighed. I know. She went to the sect to cultivate. Wang Badian nodded. Then how did you get to Su Chuxia's side? How did you get here? Xiao Chen didn't hide it at this time. He told Wang Badian about killing Yang Tan, disguising himself as Yang Tan, and performing the Supernatural Investigation Bureau's mission. D***men, you look so cocky. I think you are going to blow up the sky. Wang Badian sighed. But it's good that you are fine. You scared me to death. Right, can you cultivate now? What about you? Asked Xiao Chen. Mine can't be considered as cultivation. However, my strength is at the level of a martial master, even more powerful than a martial master. Wang Badian was also very puzzled. When I found out that I had great strength, you told me not to cultivate inner strength and directly cultivate physical strength. I followed your instructions and kept cultivating physical strength. As a result, I have great strength now, then you have to thank me. Xiao Chen smiled. Yeah, otherwise, how could I avenge you? Said Wang Badian. It's good that I know you are fine. Then, I won't disturb your mission. When you have completely recovered your identity, we can get together again. Otherwise, it will affect your mission now. It's fine in school. Generally, people don't choose to rush into the school and fight, said Xiao Chen. It's hard to say. Lu Li Taoist is a pure money grubber. He has money in his eyes. For money, he can do anything for money. Said Wang Badian. Kai Lehu is a bastard, the scum of the martial arts world. That Yi Dao Bo Fu is simply a hostile force. You understand it well. Right, your Wang family. Xiao Chen had never asked about the strength of the Wang family before and what they did. Now, he could ask, you seem to be doing well? It's all right. Wang Badian said, the Wang family is a martial arts family. However, it is not in the secular world. It is in the real martial arts world. We have business in the secular world. I am now competing for the position of manager in the secular world. A manager in the secular world? Xiao Chen was surprised. He didn't expect Wang Exploding Heavens to be so outstanding that he could only compete for a manager position. That's right. The Wang family is very big. Being able to become a manager of the secular world is already not bad. Wang Explode Heaven laughed, the Wang family has martial masters in the secular world. I am just one of the competitors. Damn, then your Wang family is really big. No wonder you dared to kill Yang Tan, so you have a backer. Xiao Chen sighed. That's not it. Even if I have a background, the Wang family won't offend the Supernatural Investigation Bureau over such a small matter. They'll definitely hand me over. Wang Badian said, if the Wang family wants to do business in the secular world, we must follow the rules of the secular world. We can't offend the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. Then you still have to kill Yang Tan. Xiao Chen said. Isn't that because I want to ask where you are? Do you think I'm really stupid? I used to be a tiger, but I've grown up. I'm not that tiger anymore. I also have some wisdom. I'm just scaring you. Wang Explode Heaven said, just now, I was pretending, right? Quite. You've lied to me twice today. Previously at the door of the classroom, I thought you weren't hostile to me. Just now, I thought you were going to kill me. Xiao Chen couldn't help but sigh, Explode Heaven, you're really different from before. Aren't you the same? At that time, Xiao Chen, although there were some elements of pretending to be a dandy, you were really infatuated with Shen Jingxian. You did a lot of stupid things for her. Fortunately, you settled her, otherwise, would feel bad for you. Wang Explode Heaven said. Who hasn't been young and naive? Xiao Chen sighed, it's all in the past. We both have strength. Hee, who is stronger between the two of us? Wang Explode Heaven suddenly asked. Nonsense, of course, it's me. Said Xiao Chen. That's not necessarily true. I didn't use my full strength just now. Said Wang Explode Heaven. Me too. I didn't want to kill you at all. If it were someone else, I would have done it already. Said Xiao Chen. Well, ha. Wang Explode Heaven laughed and said, but you killed Yang Tan. You're really good. Then I won't bother you. If there's anything, you can look for me. I'm the best at things like fighting and helping out. Hee, okay. Xiao Chen nodded and didn't say anything. Instead, he went to the cafeteria. He wanted to see how Su Chuxia and Tian Sour were doing. Wang Explode Heaven looked at Xiao Chen's back. There was a smile on his face. He turned and walked away quickly. Xiao Chen was in the cafeteria. He saw Su Chuxia and Tian Sour from afar, so he bought 2 bottles of drinks and walked over. He appeared in front of Tian Sour. Sour, this is for you. That's great. Sister Sour happened to be thirsty. Thank you. Tian Sour happily took the drink and opened it to drink. What about me? Su Chuxia looked at Xiao Chen and asked. Ugh, well, this is for you. Xiao Chen gave his drink to Su Chuxia. Well, you are chasing after Sour, so you forgot about me, right? Su Chuxia suddenly felt a little depressed. You don't have to be so obvious, right? I can't chase after 2 at the same time, right? Xiao Chen smiled bitterly, but if you are willing to be the second wife, I have no opinion. Go to hell. I don't want to. I want to be the big one. Su Chuxia glared at Xiao Chen and said, I'm Sour's best friend. If you want to chase her, you have to please me. You are too fake. Cut. Repeat. Okay, Chuxia, this bottle of drink is for you. Help me say a few good words in front of Sour. Xiao Chen smiled and handed the drink back to Su Chuxia, then said. That's more like it. Su Chuxia nodded and took the drink with satisfaction. Kai Wuliang looked at Xiao Chen from afar. He hesitated for a while and walked over with 2 bottles of drinks in his hand. He also saw that Xiao Chen gave the drinks to Su Chuxia, so he came over. Brother Xiao Chang, I heard that you are chasing after Sour. Look at this matter. I thought you were chasing after Chuxia. Kai Wuliang said apologetically, I'm sorry about what happened before. I'm sorry. We can actually be very good friends. It doesn't seem to be possible. Yesterday, your father wanted to kidnap Su Chuxia. He even went against me. Xiao Chen said. Huh. Kai Wuliang was stunned. You know that the person yesterday was my father? Nonsense, he looks like your counterfeit. I can tell at a glance. Xiao Chen curled his lips and said disdainfully, do you have anything else? Ugh, that's all. Kai Wuliang was a little helpless. Since yesterday's matter was exposed, Xiao Chen knew that Kai Lehu was his father. Then, it was useless to say anything. He could only stand up, turn around, and leave. Hey! I realized that Xiao Chang is quite amazing. In the past, Kai Wuliang was like a shameless pester. He wouldn't leave no matter what. Now, with just a few words from Xiao Chang, he left. Tian Xuan said in surprise. Xuan, will you die if you don't praise Xiao Chen? His father came to kidnap me yesterday. Even if his face is as big as the sun, he would be embarrassed to continue staying. It's good that I didn't call the police. Su Chuxia said. That's true. Tian Xuan nodded. It's really not good. Xiao Chang, where did you go just now? I saw that you seemed to be with the person I met at the Azure Mountain that day. He seems to be a student of our school too. It's nothing. He just asked me something. Xiao Chen didn't expect Wang Ketian to be so low-key in school. He hadn't even heard of Tian Xuan. It seemed that Wang Ketian was usually quiet, but he knew how to endure. The three of them sat in the cafeteria for a while before going back to class. When they walked out of the cafeteria, Xiao Chen saw Ling Qianxue. She was a somewhat quiet and introverted girl. She seemed to be a bit of a loner. Or rather, she couldn't play with her new classmates. She walked out of the cafeteria alone without any friends to accompany her. Qianxue. Since they had bumped into each other, Xiao Chen greeted her. Ah, it's Xiao Chang. You're here to eat too. Ling Qianxue looked very happy when she saw Xiao Chen. However, when she saw Su Chuxia and Tian Xuan beside him, she couldn't help but hesitate. Will I disturb you? It's fine. Let's go back to the classroom together. Xiao Chen shook his head. This Ling Qianxue always gave Xiao Chen a strange feeling. He didn't know why. Ling Qianxue followed beside him and didn't take the initiative to speak. Xiao Chen, Su Chuxia, and Tian Xuan chatted while she just listened. When they returned to the classroom, Ling Qianxue started reading. Ling Qianxue, where do you live? Xiao Chen suddenly asked. I live. I don't know where it is. I have a GPS in my car. Why don't you go with me tonight? My father set it up. I just need to drive according to the GPS every day. Ling Qianxue said, it's a common destination. I see. Xiao Chen nodded. If it weren't for yesterday's incident, Xiao Chen wouldn't have any thoughts about Ling Qianxue. However, after yesterday's incident, especially the appearance of the female ninja, Xiao Chen had some doubts about Ling Qianxue. It wasn't necessarily that Ling Qianxue had something to do with it. It was just that the time she appeared was a bit coincidental. She came from Japan and coincidentally transferred to Lon City's New Moon Academy and sat next to him. Whether it was related or not, Xiao Chen himself wasn't too sure. Do you want Qianxue to send you tonight? Ling Qianxue asked. I have a GPS, no need. I'm afraid that you will lose it. I still have to send you back. Xiao Chen shook his head and temporarily put down his doubts. In the afternoon, Xiao Chen's mobile phone Weixin suddenly reminded him that he had a new friend. Xiao Chen thought it was a classmate, but he didn't expect that when he opened it, it was actually a person named Scholar Lu Li. Xiao Chen was stunned. This can't be that Scholar Lu Li, right? Chapter 563. He clicked on his profile picture. Sure enough, it was Lu Li, the idiot. However, he was wearing sunglasses and looked quite trendy. Xiao Chen was speechless. a Taoist uses a cell phone too? This is keeping up with the times. He wanted to reject it, but after some thought, he agreed to add it. Then, Taoist Lu Li greeted him. Is this Xiao Chang? Why are you looking for your dad? Xiao Chen replied. He had a bad impression of Lu Li, so he did not have a good temper. Don't be angry. I was just joking yesterday. In order to express my apology, I specially set up a banquet tonight and invited you to Tianqing residence. Taoist Lu Li sent an apologetic emoji. Isn't that at Azure Mountain? Are you trying to lure me away? If you let me go, you can go kidnap Su Chuxia? Xiao Chen asked. That's not possible. Don't you know? Tianqing residence is a chain restaurant. There are a few in Lan City. There is one near New Moon College, Taoist Lu Li said. Is that so? Then I won't go, Xiao Chen said. It's free, Taoist Lu Li said. Are you an idiot? Treating me to a meal requires money? I won't go even if I give you money. Xiao Chen replied directly, is there anything else? If there's nothing else, I'll blacklist you. Wait a moment, benefactor. Taoist Lu Li sent 4 words. After a while, Taoist Lu Li sent a long voice message. Xiao Chang, how about this? Why don't you take the afternoon off? Then, we can have a meal nearby. Su Chuxia is still in school, so we can't do anything to her, right? We have to be careful of our influence. Is there anything? Xiao Chen saw that Taoist Lu Li was not done, so he could not help but ask. There's something. Taoist Lu Li said, but we have to talk face to face. Okay. Xiao Chen thought about it and agreed. Then you can come now. I haven't had lunch yet. Okay, I'll be there soon. Taoist Lu Li said. I'll send you a message when I get to your school gate. Xiao Chen did not believe in Daoist Dear Li's guarantee. Instead, he sent a message to Wang Fangtian, asking him to take care of Su Chuxia and Tian Suruan. Xiao Chen was well aware of Wang Fangtian's strength. This fellow was extremely strong. Even if the 3 people from yesterday came, he would be able to hold them off for a period of time. Of course, Wang Fangtian had no objections. He agreed without hesitation. He told Xiao Chen not to worry and asked for leave in the afternoon to wander around the entrance of Class 9. About 10 minutes later, Daoist Lu Li's message came. He said that he was at the door and told Xiao Chen to see him when he came out. How did this guy get here so fast? Chen, Xiao was, the teacher. He. And didn't, the teacher, Chen, the teacher, Li, Lu, he. Lu. He, Lu. He. The teacher did not care about Xiao Chen. His grades were there. As long as it did not affect his studies, he could do whatever he wanted. When Xiao Chen left the class, he saw Wang Fangtian. He was walking around. When he saw Xiao Chen, he greeted him. Boss, don't worry. Leave this to me. If anyone dares to kidnap them, I'll kick him to death. Well, it's best not to kick him to death in school. Just injure him, Xiao Chen said. I know. Wang Fangtian nodded. Xiao Chen left the teaching building and came to the school gate. He saw a cherry QQ parked at the school gate. Taoist Lu Li was standing on the side. This QQ car was very broken. The paint was peeling. It was obvious that it had been passed through many hands before it landed in Taoist Lu Li's hands. How did you get such a broken car? AI, don't mention it. The Taoist temple is poor. This car was donated to me by a philanthropist. Don't look at this broken car. It's fuel efficient. There are no problems at all. It's just that it leaks a little in winter. Taoist Lu Li said. Your windshield is broken. How can it not leak with transparent tape? Xiao Chen was speechless. Tianqing residence is opened by your Tianqing temple, right? You shouldn't be short of money, right? Why are you so stingy? Of course not. Our Taoist temple has been in disrepair for many years. Putting everything else aside, just a pavilion alone costs tens of thousands of yuan to repair. A small path also costs tens of thousands of yuan. In short. Xiao Chen interrupted Taoist Luli before he could finish. Why are you looking for me? Hurry up and say it. Xiao Chen waved his hand impatiently. Let's talk while we eat. Taoist Luli gestured for Xiao Chen to get into the car. Xiao Chen nodded and got into the car. Taoist Luli drove the car to the entrance of a restaurant that looked very high-end and imposing. This made Xiao Chen even more speechless. You did it on purpose, right? You drove a broken car to pick me up? Why is Tianqing residence so good? A philanthropist might not know this. This is a business place. If it's broken, there won't be any customers, right? And it's fine if I use it a little worse. Look at my phone. It's a gift for paying the phone bill. But you can still play with Weixin. As Taoist Luli spoke, he took out a gray mobile phone, which was obviously the cheapest kind of smartphone. Shaking his head, Xiao Chen and Taoist Luli walked into Tianqing residence and asked for a private room. Xiao Chen didn't save money for Taoist Luli. He ordered everything that was expensive. This meal cost at least a few thousand yuan. Is this enough? A philanthropist can order more. These are self-produced and sold. The cost isn't much. It's just a few hundred yuan. I can still afford it. Taoist Luli said with a smile. He seemed to see through Xiao Chen's plan. Then order more. I'll pack it. Xiao Chen wasn't polite at all. He ordered a lot of food and said to the waiter, pack these. Taoist Luli's mouth twitched twice. He was a little speechless. He was really talkative. If he knew it, he wouldn't have said it. But since he said it, he could only clench his teeth and say, it's fine. Eat as much as you want, why don't I order tomorrow's lunch and send it to school? Said Xiao Chen. Ah, there's no delivery service here, said Taoist Luli, then forget it. But Luli, let me tell you. Which restaurant doesn't deliver food now? Isn't there a delivery app? You have to do it too. Otherwise, there won't be any business. Look at it now. There's almost no one here. That's why you don't deliver food, said Xiao Chen. Ha! You're right. Taoist Luli cursed in his heart. Damn. Xiao Bai, what are you saying? It's past mealtime. Who would come to eat at 2:00? Which restaurant would have people at this hour? Perhaps it was because there were no customers, or perhaps it was because Taoist Luli was the behind-the-scenes boss of this restaurant. The food was served after a short while. Because Xiao Chen was playing with his phone while waiting for the food, Taoist Luli didn't find a topic to talk about. He planned to talk while eating. Xiao Chen used Weixin to ask Wang Fantian if anyone had harmed Su Chuxia. He was relieved when he heard that they were safe and sound. Ah, the food is here. I won't stand on ceremony then. As Xiao Chen spoke, he put down his phone, picked up his chopsticks, and started eating. Needless to say, the food in Shangqingwan was very health-conscious. It was all green food. Although the chef's skills were not as good as Xiao Chen's, the raw materials were excellent. It was really delicious. Xiao Chen was also hungry, so he kept eating. Taoist Luli wanted to interrupt and talk to him several times, but he couldn't. Finally, while Xiao Chen was drinking water, he said, Xiao Chang, you see, we can actually be friends. If we are friends, will you treat me to free food and drinks every day? Asked Xiao Chen. Taoist Luli was stunned. He didn't expect Xiao Chen's thoughts to jump so far. How did it become like this with just one sentence? He didn't know how to answer. Of course. Okay, I'll come here tomorrow to eat. Xiaochen nodded. Ha, then you see, we are friends. Can we do something together? Said Taoist Luli. What is it? Asked Xiaochen. That's right. Let's kidnap Su Chuxia together and blackmail her father. I heard that Su Chuxia isn't actually your girlfriend. You're chasing after Tian Soran, right? Taoist Luli said. You are trying to use a friend. If we aren't real friends, then I won't play with you. After Xiaochen finished speaking, he continued eating. This. Taoist Luli didn't expect Xiaochen to be so difficult to talk to. He could only say, think about it. I'm not asking you to hurt Su Chuxia. I'm just asking you to blackmail her father. After this is done, you can come here every day and eat for the rest of your life. To be honest, it's not very delicious. I'm sick of it after eating it once. Although Xiaochen said so, he ate faster than anyone else. What about money? Do you like money? Taoist Luli continued to ask. I don't like it. Xiaochen said directly, I said yesterday that I don't lack money. Then, do you have anything you like? In other words, how can we cooperate? Asked Taoist Luli. I can't do anything. You don't have to think about it, Xiaochen said directly. Then, why did you come? Taoist Luli was a little depressed. Didn't you force me to come? Besides, there's a fool treating me to food. It would be a waste if I don't eat. Xiaochen said as he ate. You eat too. Taoist Luli glanced at the food on the table. It was all messed up by Xiaochen. How could he eat? However, after hearing what Xiaochen said, he was a little hungry. So, he called the waiter and ordered a bowl of assorted stir-fried noodles. After a while, the waiter came with the stir-fried noodles. However, Xiaochen said directly, put it here. Then, under the waiter's astonishment, he took it directly and ate it. Taoist Luli was dumbfounded. After a long time, he said, damn, I ordered that. Yes, didn't you order it for me because I didn't order the main course? Xiaochen nodded and said in agreement. Taoist Luli was so angry that he gritted his teeth. Xiaochen ate all the food, wiped his mouth, stood up, and said to Taoist Luli, thank you for your hospitality. I'm leaving, bye-bye. By the way, waiter, where's my takeaway? Chapter 564. Here it is, sir. The waiter pointed to a pile of packed lunchboxes on the table outside. Oh, thank you. Xiaochen picked it up and left. What the F***ck? I'm so angry. Taoist Luli looked at Xiaochen's back and was enraged. He didn't explain anything during the meal and was angry. The most important thing was that the cost of Xiaochen's meal was more than 1,000 yuan, and he lost it just like that. Mother****. It's such a cold day. If I don't send you back, how are you going to go back? If you walk back, you will freeze to death. Taoist Luli thought evilly and deliberately didn't go out. Instead, he said to the waiter, make me an assorted fried rice. If you want to go back, wait for me to finish eating. Taoist Luli thought evilly and then planned to sneak a peek at Xiaochen's miserable appearance. This was a side street. At this time, there were no taxis passing by. Even if he used a car booking app, he would have to wait for a while. However, when Taoist Luli poked his head out, he was dumbfounded. He saw Yang Ming's car start and then drive forward. Taoist Luli was shocked and quickly chased after him. What the F***ck? You stole my car. I'll borrow it for a while. You can pick it up at the entrance of my school. Xiaochen poked his head out and smiled. He then sped up and drove away. That's not right. My car key is still in my pocket. How did this kid start it? Is there a loophole in my car? Taoist Luli had some doubts. In the end, he attributed it to Xiao Chen stealing the car. After Xiao Chen returned, school was about to end. He greeted Wang Fantian and signaled that he could leave. Xiao Chen walked into the classroom and went directly to Tian Suruan. Suruan, I know you like to eat, so I bought delicious food for you. Eat it tonight. Xiao Chen shook the food box in his hand. Ah, Xiao Chang, you are so good to me. Tian Suruan was a little excited. Although she and Xiao Chen had agreed to pretend to pursue him, Xiao Chen actually went out of his way to buy delicious food for her. Tian Suruan was still a little touched. If he really wanted to pursue her, it would not be a big deal. The key was that it was fake. Xiao Chen was still like this. Tian Suruan felt that Xiao Chang was really a good person. Ahem. Su Chuxia coughed. What did you say in the afternoon? I bought a lot. It's enough for the three of us to eat together, Xiao Chen said with a smile as he remembered Su Chuxia. Oh, that's more like it. Su Chuxia nodded. I thought you forgot about me again. The three of them returned home safely. Xiao Chen paid special attention to Ling Qinshue's car. It was a beetle with some flowers pasted on it. It was very cute. It reminded him of Jean Bebe. However, Su Chuxia and Tian Suruan, the best friend duo, were completely different from Cheng Menjing and Jean Bebe. Their personalities were different. Su Chuxia was a little like the combination of a rich young lady and Shen Jingxian. Although Tian Suruan was also a little crazy, she was not as funny as Jean Bebe. Instead, she was a little carefree and always called herself Sister Suruan. Daoist dearly walked to New Moon Academy with great difficulty and drove his QQ car away. He discovered that the anti-theft system was not damaged at all. He was a little puzzled as to how Xiao Chen drove it back. Could it be that he made a duplicate key? After getting in the car, Taoist Luli went straight to the Wave Club. Kai Lehu and Nishima Kikuo were already waiting there for his news. How is it? Taoist Luli, what did Xiao Chang say? Did he agree to cooperate with us? Kai Lehu asked. Don't mention it. He's so stubborn. He even ate a meal from me. Tens of thousands are gone. Taoist Luli said gloomily. The money you gave me yesterday was used to treat him to a meal. Taoist Luli, do you have any good ideas? Kai Lehu knew Taoist Luli's nature of crying when he was poor, so he did not continue the conversation and asked directly. My master can make a fire-resistant suit that can break his fireball technique. We feel that we can wear the fire-resistant suit to fight him next time. Taoist Luli said. Then, shall we get the fire-resistant suit and kidnap Su Chuxia? Nishima Kikuo asked. Let me think about it. Kai Lehu waved his hand. There's no hurry. This time, Su Chuxia must be prepared. Apart from this Xiao Chang who came out of nowhere, it will not be easy for us to succeed if the experts from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau are nearby, that's true. Taoist Luli nodded. Xiao Chang kept sending WeChat messages today. I took a few glances at the surveillance footage. He seemed to be asking someone about Su Chuxia's situation. Although I couldn't see it clearly, I feel that someone is secretly protecting Su Chuxia. That's right. Kai Lehu said. Then we have to be even more careful. That's right. Mr. Kai, please think of a safe way. Nishima Kikuo said. We don't have much time. If we can't get the information, once it is handed over, it will be useless for us to do anything. Why don't we challenge Xiao Chang? According to the rules of the martial arts world, if he loses, we have to ask him to help us steal the information? Kai Wujin said. Forget it. Xiao Chang doesn't follow the rules of the martial arts world. If you ask him to come, it's the same thing whether he comes or not. Taoist Luli said. But kidnapping Su Chuxia is also risky. Kai Wujin said, I've thought about it carefully. It's wishful thinking that if we kidnap Su Chuxia's father, Professor Su, will listen to us and hand over the information. But have you ever thought about the people around him, including the people from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau? Will they allow him to do so? The three of them looked at each other. That's right. They hadn't considered this before. What if Professor Su didn't agree? In my opinion, this matter should be brought to the martial arts world. Kai Wujin smiled and said, our identities are recorded in the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. Even if we were to mess around and kidnap Su Chuxia, it would be very difficult to get rid of the information. Our Kai family is doing business in Great Xia. Even if we use the invention patent on the research information, we probably won't be able to get through. The Supernatural Investigation Bureau will also cause trouble. Dad, have you ever thought about this? Don't blame me for saying this. The one who stands to gain the most from this is probably Mr. Yi Dao. But Mr. Yi Dao, do you really think you can smoothly bring the information out of the country after getting it? I'm not looking down on you, but your Sakura group is just an extreme organization. It's far from those real commercial spies. I think you'll be stopped before you can do anything. As for sending the information back from the public network, do you think the Supernatural Investigation Bureau's hackers won't intercept it? Kai Lehu's face sank when he heard Kai Wujin's words. He had thought that things would be easier after obtaining the information. However, his son, who had seen the world, was indeed different. After returning home, Kai Lehu felt that his plan was a little rash with just a few words. Yi Dao Yufu was also a little silent. He had to admit that Kai Wuliang's words made sense. He was indeed not a professional commercial spy. It was hard to say whether he could bring the information back. So I suggest that we follow the martial arts world's rules. Kai Wujin said, when the time comes, we will challenge Xiao Chang and the others according to the martial arts world's rules. When they lose, the Supernatural Investigation Bureau can't blame anyone else. The martial arts world's rules? It can't be. Will the Supernatural Investigation Bureau talk to us about the martial arts world's rules? Kai Lehu asked with a frown. It's not up to them. They don't want to talk about it, but the martial arts world is the martial arts world. These rules have been passed down for thousands of years. Even the Supernatural Investigation Bureau can't take the initiative to break these rules. The martial arts world is not their martial arts world, but the martial arts world of all the martial arts experts. Kai Wujin said, Father, why is your vision still limited to the secular world? You are a martial arts master, after all. Why are you still so cautious? Kai Wujin came back from a sect, so his vision was very high. He was a real martial arts person, and his sect was also a real martial arts sect. That was why he was so confident. Then, Wujin, what do you mean? Kai Lehu asked. Father, I think we should settle this matter quickly. Since it's not good to make a move on Su Chuxia, let's make a move on Professor Su's parents. I heard that the two old people usually live in the military factory compound, and there is no one to protect them. Let's invite the two of them as guests, then send a martial arts challenge to Xiao Chang. According to the martial arts world's rules, he needs to come and fight. Then, we can make a deal. If we win, he has to take out the research information as a bet. If he wins, then we will let them go. Kai Wujin said. What if Xiao Chen doesn't come? Daoist Luli knew Xiao Chang's character very well. Doesn't come? Very good. Then Professor Su's parents will continue to live here. They are old people. If they die of old age, they can't blame us, right? Kai Wujin chuckled. That's not very good. Can the Supernatural Investigation Bureau just sit back and do nothing? Daoist Luli was a little worried. We are doing everything according to the rules of the martial arts world. The people of the martial arts world naturally have their own way of doing things. The Supernatural Investigation Bureau only cares about the secular world. They can't control us. Kai Wujin said, moreover, they don't dare to do anything, and they can't do anything. Don't they know that we want to deal with Su Chuxia? They know, but why don't they do it? Because they also have scruples. It's okay for the Supernatural Investigation Bureau to oppress those small families. Even the real martial families have to give them some face. But the Kai family has me, Kai Wujin. What are you afraid of? Ask the Supernatural Investigation Bureau's Northeast Deputy Director, Xia Zhili. Would he dare to touch me? Try and touch me? That's right. I agree with Wujin. What about you guys? Kai Lehu nodded. Yes, the Kai family didn't compete now. If they did, even the Shen family wouldn't be a match for them. All these years, the Kai family had been doing shady business. They just didn't want to compete for fame. Otherwise, they would have long been the #1 family in Lan City. Chapter 565. Since young Master Wujin is so confident, of course, I agree. Yakashima Kufu nodded and said, then let's follow the rules of the martial arts world. We will challenge Xiao Chang. If he loses, he has to help us get the information. Yes, but are you sure that Xiao Chang will be able to get the information? Daoist Luli was still a little doubtful. Isn't this the only way? Do you have a better idea? It doesn't matter if he steals or talks to Su Chuxia or Professor Su. If he can't get it, we won't let him go. What can he do? Kai Wujin smiled indifferently and said, you don't understand the martial arts world. In the martial arts world, strength decides everything. On one hand, the Supernatural Investigation Bureau manages the martial arts world. On the other hand, they don't want to offend the martial arts world too much. They only manage the secular world and ordinary sections. That's true. Young Master Wujin is an inner disciple of the martial arts world. His confidence and knowledge are indeed different. Daoist Luli nodded. Alright, since we have decided, let's implement it. Alright, how about this? Daoist Luli, you will be in charge of contacting Xiao Chang. Mr. Yakashima, you will be in charge of kidnapping Professor Su's parents. I will be in charge of coordinating. If the Supernatural Investigation Bureau interferes, I will use my identity as an inner disciple of the martial arts world to deter them from interfering, Kai Wujin said to everyone. Everyone nodded and got ready to work. Kai Wujin was actually considered an anomaly in the inner sect of the martial arts world. Inner sect disciples generally did not wander the martial arts world casually, nor did they interfere too much with the affairs of the secular world. Wouldn't that be a mess? However, Kai Wujin was a little special. He was Kai Lehu. Back then, when he was a woodcutter in the inner sect, he accidentally hooked up with a core female disciple. Although the matter was exposed and he was chased down the mountain, the female disciple got pregnant and gave birth to Kai Wujin. Although Kai Wujin had spent most of his life in the sect, he had some contact with the Kai family that Kai Lehu had established in the secular world, which led to the current situation. That female disciple had given Kai Lehu some cultivation resources, allowing him to step into the martial master realm in a few short years and establish the Kai clan. However, Kai Lehu did not dare to be too ostentatious. On one hand, there were problems with his business. On the other hand, he did not want the sect to pay too much attention to him. Therefore, if Kai Wujin were to appear, the Supernatural Investigation Bureau would be in a difficult position. This was also the reason why the Supernatural Investigation Bureau hadn't made a move on the Kai family previously. It wasn't that Xiao Meng didn't know there was a problem with the Kai family, but he had some concerns. Xiao Chen didn't expect that Taoist Luli would react so quickly after he rejected him. In the evening, Taoist Luli sent another message to Xiao Chen and said, "Little friend Xiao Chang, have you seen other people's WeChat moments? I'm not looking. What's wrong?" Xiao Chen replied in confusion. He had just returned from Su Chuxia's house, and they had eaten the delicious food that Taoist Luli had given him. It's better to look. You can learn a lot from your WeChat moments. Taoist Luli said. Xiaofan curiously opened Taoist Luli's WeChat moments and looked at it. He was shocked to find that Taoist Luli had updated a lot of pictures. Looking at the date, it was updated not long ago. The title was, "It's a pleasure to have friends come from afar." Xiaofan was stunned and clicked on it. When he looked at the small picture just now, he found that the people in it were very familiar. When he opened it, didn't they look familiar? They were actually Taoist Luli and Su Chuxia's grandparents. The place where they were taking pictures at the moment should be Tianqing Temple. Taoist Luli was sitting at a round table with them with a smile, drinking tea, talking and laughing. He took many pictures, but the ultimate goal was to tell Xiaofan that Grandpa Su and Grandma Su were in their hands. Xiaofan frowned and took a deep breath. Taoist Luli's smiling face made Xiaofan angry. Damn it, how could he forget about this? They didn't make a move on Su Chuxia, but they made a move on Su Chuxia's grandparents. The effect would be the same. He quickly went back and sent a message to Taoist Luli. Tell me, what do you want? Huh, the two elders are just guests at Tianqing Temple. Don't be nervous. Taoist Luli sent a smiling emoji. F***ck off. If you have something to say, just say it. If not, I'll delete it for you. Xiaofan said. Oh, you're really not afraid? Taoist Luli said. Is it okay? Xiaofan asked. Don't worry. Taoist Luli sent another smiling emoji. The other party has activated friend verification. Taoist Luli sent another sentence. The other party has activated friend verification. Oh my, you really deleted it, Xiaobai. Taoist Luli was furious. The other party has activated friend verification. Taoist Luli had no choice but to add Xiaofan again. After a while, the verification was approved. Do you have anything else? Oh, I give up. I'm challenging you to a battle at the peak of Azure Mountain. Do you dare to come? If you win, you'll leave with the two elders. If you lose, you have to promise me what I said before. This time, Taoist Luli was smart. Once he added Lin Fan as a friend, he said this with a beep. Oh, you should have said so earlier. I thought you were a scammer. Xiaofan said, I'm not going. Let them go now, or I'll call the police. It's good that the two elders are here. They came on their own. If you don't believe me, look at the photos. We had a good chat. It's useless for you to call the police. Besides, don't you know the rules of the martial arts world? This is a martial arts competition. Even the Supernatural Investigation Bureau can't do anything about it. You still have to call the police. Taoist Luli said with some contempt. Oh? Is that so? Do you mean I have to go? Xiaofan asked. It's up to you whether you want to go or not. Anyway, the two elders are here as guests and waiting for you to take them back. Taoist Luli said with a smile. Then they'll stay at your place. There's good food and drinks, Xiaofan said directly. That's not impossible. It's just that the two elders are getting old. It's inevitable that they're not used to the climate. If they die, don't blame us. Taoist Luli said. You dare to kill them? Xiaofan asked, testing Taoist Luli's bottom line. Of course, I can't kill people at will. Martial arts people can't kill ordinary people at will. I just said that they died of natural causes. If you don't believe me, you can go to the forensic doctor to do an autopsy. Taoist Luli said. You are ruthless. Xiaofan was a little annoyed. Autopsy? With a master at the level of Taoist Luli, it was not difficult to create a natural death without anyone noticing. It was just like how he made the Sun family go on horseback. How about it, Xiao Chang. Are you coming or not? Taoist Luli asked proudly. Let me think about it. Xiao Chen didn't delete Taoist Luli this time. He wanted to figure out whether what Taoist Luli said was true or false. On the other side, after ending the chat with Taoist Luli's Weixin, Xiao Chen directly called Song Huawu. Team Leader Yang. Song Huawu picked up the phone. Her performance was very good. Now, everyone called Xiao Chen Team Leader Yang. Bring Xia Shibin to my residence. I have something important to discuss with you. As Xiao Chen spoke, he told Song Huawu his address. Okay, Team Leader Yang. We'll be there right away. Song Huawu replied. Half an hour later, Song Huawu and Xia Shibin arrived at Xiao Chen's residence. Xiao Chen let them in and didn't say much. He directly showed them the conversation between him and Taoist Luli. This Taoist Luli is so despicable. He actually used such a despicable method. Song Huawu said angrily after watching it. I'm afraid the Kai family is behind this. Do you know the Kai family? Xiao Chen asked. You don't know? Yes. Song Huawu slapped her forehead. I forgot that you are not the real team leader Yang. There are some things that I didn't tell you at the time. What the hell is going on? Do you know that the Kai family wants to harm Su Chuxia? Why didn't you take action before? With the ability of the Supernatural Investigation Bureau, it shouldn't be difficult to deal with the Kai family, right? It should be easier to kill the danger in the cradle, right? Xiao Chen asked. This Kai family is a bit special. Our Supernatural Investigation Bureau can't do anything to them. Song Huawu said, Kai Lehu of the Kai family has a special identity. He has some connections with the inner sect of the martial arts world. What is the inner sect of the martial arts world? Xiao Chen was slightly stunned. The so-called inner sect of the martial arts world is the real martial arts world. It is different from the current martial arts world. For example, the martial arts world that participated in the Righteous and Demonic Summit. In fact, these martial arts worlds are the martial arts world of the secular world. Their disciples often move about in the secular world, and they also have businesses in the secular world. However, the inner sect is different. These sects rarely appear in the secular world, and our Supernatural Investigation Bureau doesn't know where their sects are located. We only know that they are in a place called Pugilistic World. It's fine that Kai Lehu has connections with the inner sect, but his eldest son, Kai Wujin, is an inner sect disciple of the martial arts world and has already returned to the Kai family. As she said this, Song Huawu felt a little helpless. She said, Little Meng knew this before, but he couldn't do anything about it. F***CK. At this moment, Xiao Chen finally understood why this mission was so complicated. Previously, the deputy leader of Team C couldn't solve it. Logically speaking, ordinary aristocratic families, even the Shen family, were very afraid of the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. This Kai family was so bold that they actually dared to do such a thing. Yet, the Supernatural Investigation Bureau only protected Su Chuxia and did not directly arrest her. Now that he thought about it, Yang Jiannan was really cunning. He probably already knew the complexity of this mission, so he deliberately went to Songning City to show off and then handed this lousy mission to the deputy leader, Little Meng, who was not on good terms with him. So, Little Meng really messed up this matter and left with his tail between his legs. Chapter 566. Xiao Chen estimated that if it was the real Yang Jiannan, even with Xia Zhili's greetings, he probably wouldn't accept this task easily. Maybe he would send Song Huawu directly this time. Only he, the fake Yang Tan, didn't know the truth and accepted the task. Only then did he know that it was a hot potato. This was bad. Xiao Chen could only ask, then, what should we do now? Since he laid out the rules of the martial arts world, we can't break it. Even the Supernatural Investigation Bureau is not qualified to go against the inner sect of the martial arts world. We can only abide by the rules. When he draws out the rules, we will fight. Song Huawu said helplessly, I guess when we report it, Deputy Director Xia will say the same. Then, these inner sect disciples are lawless? Xiao Chen was a little annoyed. Even the Supernatural Investigation Bureau couldn't do it? In his opinion, the Supernatural Investigation Bureau should be a very powerful existence. Sure enough, different positions led to different perspectives. In the past, martial artists were rare in Songning City. After coming to Lan City and joining the Supernatural Investigation Bureau, he found that martial artists were actually not so rare. You can't say that. After all, many inner sect disciples don't come out. These years, it's rare to hear of inner sect disciples doing evil, or we don't know about it, and the matter hasn't been blown out of proportion. There aren't many unscrupulous people like Kai Wujin. Maybe his identity is different, Song Huawu said. In any case, let's report the situation to Xia Zhili first and ask him what to do. Xiao Chen had no choice. Since the Kai family was so powerful, he could only talk to Xia Zhili first. However, he was not afraid. If he really fought with the Kai family, he would fight to the death. Anyway, the blame would be on Yang Tan. When he ran away, it would have nothing to do with him, and Yang Tan and the Supernatural Investigation Bureau would be in trouble. Thinking of this, Xiao Chen dialed Xia Zhili's number. This time, he directly chose a video call. Anyway, he was wearing a mask, so he was not afraid of being seen. Song Huawu's guess was right. As expected, Xia Zhili fell silent upon hearing Xiao Chen's report. After a moment of silence, he chuckled and said, Haha, Jiannan, I have high hopes for you. I know that you'll be able to resolve this matter. You should go and take a look first. If you can't defeat them, just run. In any case, it's impossible for you to hand over the information. Xiao Chen secretly cursed at this old thing for being so insidious. He had pushed all the blame away. If anything were to happen, it would be Yang Tan's fault. It would be fake to say that he had wronged him. Sure enough, interests were not reliable. However, he still said, Okay, Deputy Bureau Chief Xia, don't worry. I will act according to the situation. And, if this matter is done well, I will apply for more cultivation resources for you. Xia Zhili said, Do it well, I have high hopes for you. Thank you, Deputy Bureau Chief Xia, for your guidance. After Xiao Chen finished speaking, he hung up the phone. It seemed that he had no choice but to go. Xiao Chen was a warm-hearted person. If Su Chuxia had no relationship with him, it would have been fine. Now, he had a good relationship with Su Chuxia, and he had even met the two elders of the Su family. He had a good impression of her, so he had to save her. Team Leader Yang, what should we do now? Song Huawu asked after Xiao Chen hung up the phone. What else can we do? Xiao Chen shrugged. When the time came, they could only go up the mountain to fight. They wouldn't be able to escape. However, the two of them were too weak, so they could only be helpers. Song Huawu and Xia Shibi nodded. Obviously, they knew that their strength was insufficient. However, I'm alone. They must have made full preparations. I have to call for help. Xiao Chen thought about it. Who should he look for? Clayden? That was a good candidate. Who else? It would be good if he could contact Grandma Nanshan. Now, Xiao Chen felt that Grandma Nanshan should be someone from the inner sect of the martial arts world. Although she didn't say it in detail at the time, after listening to Song Huawu's explanation, Xiao Chen had some doubts. If Grandma Nanshan appeared, then killing Daoist Luli should be easy and pleasant. Most importantly, she still owed him a lot of spirit jades. Not to mention asking for her help. Also, Wang Fantian. Xiao Chen felt that Wang Fantian was not bad. Although this person was not a true martial arts master, he was extremely strong and could fight like a tiger. He should be a good candidate. Thinking of this, Xiaochen directly sent a message to Wang Fantian and said, "Fight, do you want to go?" "Yes, with whom?" Wang Fantian quickly replied. "Daoist Luli, the Kai family, and a few ninjas." Xiaochen said, "Do you dare?" The Kai family is related to the inner sect of the martial arts world. Do you know the inner sect? Xiaochen couldn't trick Wang Fantian. He had to clarify the stakes first. "Kill him," Wang Fantian replied directly. Wang Fangtian replied directly. Obviously, he didn't care where the Kai family came from, and he didn't ask for the reason. Xiaochen looked at Wang Fangtian's message and felt his blood boil. It was as if he had returned to the feeling of the past. This was a good brother. "All right, then I'll call you," Xiaochen said. "No problem," Wang Fantian replied. After selecting the people on his side, Xiaochen directly replied to Daoist Luli on Weixin. "When do you want to fight? Do you want a group battle or a one-on-one duel?" "Of course, it's a group battle," Daoist Luli said without thinking. They would have an advantage if they formed a group. It would be difficult for them to be Xiao Chang's opponent in a one-on-one duel. This kid had some tricks up his sleeve. "Oh, that's fine. Time and place." Xiaochen guessed that it was a group battle. Otherwise, he wouldn't have recruited people. "Tomorrow afternoon, Tianqing Mountains, Tianqing Monastery. Do you dare to come?" Daoist Luli asked. "Isn't it obvious that you're asking this? If I don't come, I'll be talking nonsense with you." Xiaochen said, "All right, just wait for your death. Even if you don't die, you'll be crippled." "Huh, I'll be waiting." Daoist Luli was not angry. After settling this, Xiaochen said to Song Huawu and Xia Shibin, "Tomorrow afternoon, we'll go to Tianqing Mountain. Get ready and bring your guns. If you can't do it, shoot them a few times." "Damn it, we can't kill them." "All right." Song Huawu nodded speechlessly. She felt that ever since Xiaochen pretended to be Yang Tan, he had become as shameless as Yang Tan. Hee, of course, we have to bring them. Otherwise, we really can't control these martial artists. Xia Shibin laughed. He was very supportive of this point. "Do you have rocket launchers? Anti-aircraft cannons?" Xiaochen asked. "I brought some." "I don't think so." Song Huawu shook her head. "We're field agents, not special forces. We don't have those kinds of equipment." "All right." Xiaochen thought about it. It was a little too ostentatious to use those things in the scenic area. It was not like they were filming a blockbuster. "All right, you two go back and get ready. Gather at the entrance of New Moon College tomorrow afternoon," Xiaochen said. Since they were already in battle, Xiaochen was not afraid of exposing anything. Anyway, it did not matter if the other party knew that he was from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. Success or failure depended on this. Song Huawu and Xia Shibin said goodbye. Meanwhile, Xiaochen called Su Chuxia. "Ah, Xiao Chang, it's so late. What's the matter?" Su Chuxia had already fallen asleep. She picked up the phone in a daze. Tian Wangshou, who was beside her, also woke up and stared at Su Chuxia. "It's Xiao Chang. Why didn't he call me? I'm his girlfriend." Tian Wangshou complained with some dissatisfaction. Su Chuxia ignored her. Xiao Chang must have something to do if he called her so late at night, so she was much more awake. "I'll forward you a message from Weixin. Don't get angry after you read it. Don't worry. I'll rescue them tomorrow," Xiaochen said. "Ah, okay. Who are you rescuing?" An ominous premonition surged in Su Chuxia's heart. "You'll know when you see it," Xiaochen said as he sent the message to Su Chuxia. A notification came from Su Chuxia's side. Su Chuxia opened it eagerly. Her expression suddenly changed. Daoist Luli was with her grandparents. Su Chuxia quickly picked up the phone again. Xiao Chang, they kidnapped my grandparents. Yes, but I'll meet them tomorrow. Xiao Chen said. Ah, then I'll go with you, Su Chuxia said anxiously. You can go too. Xiao Chen thought about it and agreed. Daoist Luli couldn't do anything to the bystanders, right? When the time came, he would definitely have to follow the rules. If he didn't follow the rules of the martial arts world, he wouldn't be trustworthy. He wouldn't need to challenge Xiao Chen. He could just use the two hostages to force Xiao Chen. Okay, then Wang Shou and I will go and cheer for you. Su Chuxia said. After hanging up the phone, Tian Wangshou quickly asked, Chuxia, what's wrong? Did your grandparents get kidnapped by Daoist Luli? Yes, Xiao Chang will rescue them tomorrow. We'll go and cheer too, Su Chuxia said. Okay, okay. Tian Wangshou nodded. Okay. Su Chuxia put down her phone and lay down, but she was still very worried. In a daze, the two of them chatted for a while before falling asleep. Xiao Chen cultivated for a night, but he didn't make any progress. He didn't know what Grandma Nanshan was doing, and she didn't even give him the spirit jade. There was no conversation in the morning. At noon, Wang Fantian came to find Xiao Chen. He was wearing casual clothes. When he saw Xiao Chen, he smiled. Boss, when are we going? Waiting for two people, Xiao Chen said. Xiao Chang, I thought you didn't know him. How did he become your underling? Tian Wangshou was a little puzzled. I have a mission, so I can't recognize him. Xiao Chen said, but if we go to fight now, we have to bring someone along. I see. I knew it. Then the name you used for the mission was Xiao Chen? Tian Wangshou nodded. You can say that. Xiao Chen didn't answer directly. As they were talking, Song Huawu and Xia Shibin drove over. When Xiao Chen saw them, he said to Tian Wangshou and Su Chuxia, let's get in the car too. They're here. As he spoke, Xiao Chen got into the Jetta. Wang Fantian sat in the front passenger seat, and the two girls sat in the back seat. The two cars, one in front and one behind, sped toward the direction of Azure Mountain. Chapter 567. The Azure Mountain in December was extremely cold. The mountain was sealed today, and there were no tourists. The car was stopped at the foot of the mountain, but the car of Xiao Chen and the others was allowed to pass. The Taoist guarding was the disciple named Mo Ji that Xiao Chen met last time. Xiao Shanren, you are here? Master has been waiting on the mountain for a long time. Mo Ji said with a smile. Don't talk nonsense with me. Lead the way. Xiao Chen said directly. Yes. Mo Ji wanted to get in the car, but when he looked, he realized that there was no place to sit in the car. It was not good for him to squeeze into the back seat with the two girls. He turned his head to look at the second car. Song Huawu drove a sports car today. There were only 2 seats, and there was no room for a third person to sit. Where should I sit? Mo Ji asked. Aya, you still want to take the car? You can run with the car. After Xiao Chen finished speaking, he started the car, leaving behind a trail of smoke. Song Huawu also drove past, and Mo Ji choked on the exhaust. He couldn't help but be annoyed. Let's see how Master will deal with you later. When the car couldn't go any higher, Xiao Chen parked the car in the parking lot, but he didn't see Daoist Luli and the others. He couldn't help but be a little impatient. Are these guys not here yet? So he sat in the car and waited. After a while, Mo Ji came up panting, but Daoist Luli still didn't come down. He couldn't help but be annoyed and asked Mo Ji, where is your master? My master is up there, at the entrance of the Tianqing temple. Mo Ji said, Xiao Shanren will see him if you bring someone up. I still have to bring someone to climb up. Xiao Chen was stunned. This Taoist Lu Li really had a good plan. If he were to climb up, not only would it be a waste of physical strength, but it would also be very torturous. Isn't this a way to weaken my strength? Yes, we agreed to fight at the Tianqing temple. Mo Ji nodded. Tell your master to ask him to come down. Xiao Chen glanced at Mo Ji from the corner of his eyes. He shook his legs and said, tell him that my patience is limited. He knows it. This. Mo Ji thought about it and called Taoist Lu Li. She said, Master, philanthropist Xiao Chang has brought people here, but they are in the parking lot below. He wants you to come down. Give the phone to Xiao Chang, said Taoist Lu Li. Xiao Chen, my master wants you to answer the phone, Mo Ji said as she passed the phone to Xiao Chen. Lu Li, hurry up and come down. You know my patience. Xiao Chen took the phone and said directly before Taoist Lu Li could speak. Little friend Xiao Chang, we have agreed to fight at Heavenly Clarity Temple, so you should come up. Taoist Lu Li said unhurriedly, as a martial artist, you have to keep your promise. Oh, then forget it, Xiao Chen said directly and then returned the phone to Mo Ji. Forget it? Taoist Lu Li thought that Xiao Chen had agreed to come up, but he did not expect Mo Ji to say, Master, it's not good. Xiao Shanren is in the car. He started the car and seems to be leaving. Aya, damn it, he really dares to leave. Taoist Lu Li was shocked. Stop him and tell him that I will go over immediately. Aya, damn it, this little guy is too mean. He is too immoral. Xiao Shanren, don't go. My master will come down soon. Mo Ji quickly blocked in front of Xiao Chen's car and said. Oh, I was waiting for someone outside. It was a little cold, so I started the car and turned on the heater. I didn't say that I was leaving. Xiao Chen looked at Mo Ji inexplicably. Mo Ji was speechless. Taoist Lu Li also heard it on the phone and knew that he had been tricked. Mo Ji, tell him that I won't go. Let him come up. Taoist Lu Li regained his confidence. Xiao Shanren, my master said that he won't come down, Mo Ji said again. Oh, then I'm going back. Xiao Chen put the car in gear and prepared to leave. Master, he is really leaving this time. Mo Ji was shocked and said quickly. Aya, damn it. I'd better go down. This little guy is too mean. Taoist Lu Li had no choice but to say. Xiao Shanren, my master said that he will come down. Mo Ji said quickly. You should have said so earlier. Don't waste my gas. Xiao Chen didn't leave again. Mo Ji breathed a sigh of relief and thought that this task was really hard to do. If Xiao Chen really left, she would probably be scolded to death. After a while, a group of people came down from the stone steps. The leader was Taoist Lu Li. However, behind Taoist Lu Li, there was an old Taoist, but at a glance, he wasn't Taoist Lu Li's disciple. From the way he dressed, he should be Taoist Lu Li's elder. This made Xiao Chen feel a little strange. Could it be that there were other masters in Tianqing Temple? Behind them was Kai Lehu and a young man who looked similar to Kai Lehu. The rest were a Japanese and the female ninja. After a few people came down, Xiao Chen got out of the car slowly and greeted them. Aya, isn't this Taoist Lu Li? I'm really sorry to let you guys come down to welcome me. Although Xiao Chen said that he was sorry, he didn't feel embarrassed at all. He chewed the bubble gum in his mouth, shook his legs, and squinted his eyes like a hedonistic young master. Aya, boss, you haven't practiced for a few years. Now, you're really good at pretending to be a hedonistic young master. Wang Fantian exclaimed. That's right. Xiao Chen nodded and then lowered his voice. In a while, see if you can take down one or two of them when they're unprepared. These people's standards aren't low. We don't have to talk about the rules with them. Don't worry, boss. I didn't want to talk about it. Wang Fantian nodded. Ahem, little friend Xiao Chang, are you here to fight? Then let's talk about the rules. Daoist Luli coughed twice and said. Go ahead. Xiao Chen nodded. The rules are that we'll fight as a group. All of us can fight together, and your people can also fight together. In the end, when one side falls down or admits defeat, the other side wins. What do you think? Daoist Luli asked. That's a good idea. Xiao Chen nodded. If I win, I'll take Su Chuxia's grandparents away. If I lose, I won't take them away. No, if you lose, you have to agree to our previous conditions and help us get Dr. Su's research materials. I don't care how you get them, whether you steal or rob. Anyway, as long as you get the materials, it's fine, Daoist Luli said. Oh, okay. Xiao Chen lied to him. Anyway, if he lost, he would think of other ways. Okay, it's a deal. Daoist Luli said, according to the rules of the martial arts world, firearms are not allowed to be used during the competition. Otherwise, it will be considered as voluntary surrender. What? I can't use weapons? Xiao Chen was stunned. This Daoist Luli was quite prophetic. He knew that I might use weapons? Of course not. If firearms are used, then what's the point of competing? Whoever has the most advanced weapon wins. If you get a rocket launcher, the Tianqing monastery will be finished, Daoist Luli said. Xiao Chen frowned. He couldn't say that what Daoist Luli said was unreasonable. This was the truth. When Xiao Chen and Yang Tan fought, there were no martial arts rules at all, but now, the rules are like this. I didn't say this. I believe the two people from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau behind you also know this, right? Daoist Luli could see from the pass on the windshield of the car that Song Huawu's car belonged to the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. Okay. Xiao Chen nodded. He could argue with Daoist Luli on unimportant matters, such as going down the mountain, but this kind of rule could not be argued. Even if he said that he would die, Daoist Luli would not agree to them using firearms. That thing could only be used in emergencies. It was fine to use it when life was in danger, but that was when they had a falling out. In that case, let's fight. Daoist Luli asked, what kind of battles do you have on your side? Okay, let's fight. Xiao Chen nodded and said, on my side, except for Su Chuxia and Tian Shoushou, everyone else can fight. However, can we not fight to the death? Of course. If someone dies, it will not be good for my Tianqing monastery. Taoist Luli nodded, but before he finished speaking, a large millstone suddenly flew over from nowhere. With a loud bang, it directly hit him on the head. Daoist Luli felt dizzy and fell to the ground in a daze. He cursed, Aya, F***ck, you guys are sneaking up on me. Wang Fangtian was wandering around the area just now and found a stone statue with a millstone on it. He removed it and hid at the side. While Daoist Luli was not paying attention, he directly hit his head. Wang Fangtian ran over, jumped, and stepped on Daoist Luli's body. Everyone was caught off guard and stunned. He jumped up and down like he was playing on a trampoline. He stepped on Daoist Luli until blood bubbled at the corner of his mouth. He almost rolled his eyes. The Daoist priest not far behind Daoist Luli changed his expression. Kid, you're courting death. As he said that, he pulled out a soft sword from his waist and stabbed it at Wang Fangtian. Looking at his red eyes, it seemed like he wanted to stab Wang Fangtian to death. However, Wang Fangtian's reaction wasn't slow either. He chuckled and picked up the millstone on the ground. He raised it in front of him and with a "kacha" sound, the flexible sword stabbed into the millstone. It couldn't hurt Wang Fangtian at all. Aya, your attack is too fierce. I can't hold it. As soon as Wang Fangtian let go, the millstone fell with a clang and directly hit Daoist Lu Li's body. Pfft! Daoist Lu Li spat out a mouthful of blood, and his eyeballs protruded. Even if he did not die, he was smashed to internal injuries and directly lost the ability to fight. Stop! Are you playing dirty? The old Daoist was a little exasperated. Are you playing a sneak attack? I say, old cow, are you stupid? Just now, it was Daoist Lu Li who said, in that case, let's fight. Then I said, okay, let's fight. Then, my companion went up to hit him. How is this a sneak attack? Are you a sore loser and want to be a rascal? Xiao Chen said matter-of-factly. Chapter 568. Good, very good. The old Taoist priest was furious. Lu Li said that you are as cunning as a fox, but I didn't believe it. Now that I see it, you really are a cunning person. So what? Are we still going to fight? Xiao Chen shrugged indifferently. His other identity was White Fox. Cunning as a fox. This was a name tailor-made for him. Fight, but no sneak attacks. Fight fair and square. The old Taoist priest said angrily, do you dare? However, just as the old Taoist priest finished speaking, there was a sudden, ow, sound. Kai Lehu covered his crotch and lay on the ground, rolling on the ground in cold sweat. You sneak attacked again? The old Taoist priest was about to explode. Do you still care about the rules of the pugilistic world? You dare to use weapons? Kai Wujin was furious when he saw his father rolling on the ground from the sneak attack. The aura of a martial artist on his body surged, and his killing intent was revealed in an instant. Didn't you say that firearms can't be used? I used a cold one. Wang Fantian chuckled and looked at the slingshot in his hand innocently. I didn't expect this thing to be so useful. Pfft. Ha ha ha. Not far away, Tian Wangshu was so happy that he was convulsing. Where did Xiao Chang get such a top-notch underling? He was really speechless. He was too top-notch. Xiao Chen glanced at Wang Fantian and was speechless. Could Wang Fantian's slingshot be compared to an ordinary slingshot? The string on his slingshot was quite tight. Most people wouldn't be able to pull it, but Wang Bangtian had infinite strength. Naturally, it didn't matter. In this way, the stones shot out from his slingshot were not like cannonballs, but they weren't any worse than the ancient divine bows that could shoot arrows with great accuracy. Kai Lehu was beaten up. Obviously, he was going to suffer. Su Chuxia was also a little speechless. Xiao Chen's underling was so despicable, but she didn't sympathize with him. Who asked these people to be so evil? When everyone saw that it was just a slingshot, the old Taoist priest was speechless. After all, firearms couldn't be used, but this kind of slingshot couldn't be used. However, which martial arts competition would use such a rubbish thing? This thing could actually beat Kai Lehu half to death. The old Taoist was really speechless. Even if he used a slingshot, it was still considered a cold weapon. He still used a flexible sword, so he couldn't be compared to others. Kai Wujin's face also changed slightly. It was really hard to say anything about this. He could only say with a stern face, stop talking nonsense with them. Let's go together and cripple them. Hua Wu, Xia Shibin, you two keep those two Japanese occupied. I'll deal with this old Daoist and that Kai guy. Xiao Chen said. Yes. Song Hua Wu and Xia Shibin responded. Xiao Chen glanced at Wang Fantian. He didn't know where Wang Fantian had gotten his hands on two huge metal poles from the parking lot. These things were extremely heavy, and they were usually placed in between the roads to serve as a barrier. Wang Fantian held one in each of his hands, and with a whooshing sound, he slashed at the old Taoist priest. Boorish fellow. I'm so angry. How did I meet a boorish fellow like you? The old Taoist priest saw Wang Fantian running over as if he didn't care about his life. He was shocked. His weapon was a flexible sword, but he could only retreat when he met this kind of hammer. His sword was completely useless. Before he could stab, the huge metal pole came smashing at his head. The old Taoist priest could only dodge back and forth. "Can anyone help me? This boorish fellow is too boorish." The old Taoist flew into a rage. This was the first time he had met such a person. Looking at his strength, he was clearly not even a first-layer martial artist, but the strength he exerted was even greater than a martial master. The key point was that even a martial master would not be able to carry this heavy iron lump around without getting tired. Yet, this brat was still running so fast. "Let me help you." Nishima Kikufu and Ling Qianxue were forcing Song Huawu and Xia Shibin to retreat. At this time, seeing that the old Taoist priest was in such a difficult situation, he had to help. After all, if another person on his side fell, the chances of winning would be even lower. Now, it was a situation where everyone was hurt. Bang! There was a loud noise. Nishima Kikufu had just responded when he felt a splitting pain in the back of his head. The loud noise just now was caused by Wang Fantian throwing out an iron pole, which directly hit the back of Nishima Kikufu's head. Nishima Kikufu felt as if he had been hit by a meteorite. He was dizzy, in pain, and a little nauseous. These were the signs of a concussion. He walked around in circles, then directly lay on the ground and vomited. After a few vomits, he fainted. I'm sorry. I didn't catch it. It's your head now." Wang Fantian smiled and stared at his hand in embarrassment. Xiao Chen smiled. This Wang Fantian was really a talent now. Although he looked like a reckless man, he was actually not. Nishima Kikufu had just responded to the old Taoist priest's request to help. At the same time, he had to go to Song Huawu and Xia Shibin's side. Hence, he was caught off guard. Wang Fantian seized this opportunity and hit him with the iron pole. "Kid, you're asking for it." The old Taoist priest did not expect that the main team member this time would be this reckless man. For this competition, he had specially made a fireproof suit overnight, so he was not afraid of Xiao Chen's fireball technique. However, he did not even get to use it. He was caught off guard by this reckless man. In fact, in retrospect, this Wang Fantian was not very powerful. If they had been on guard from the beginning, then a group of people would have attacked him together and taken him down. Now, this kid had sneak attacked 3 masters in a row. Wayayaya. "Kid, go to hell. You forced me to use my ultimate move." The old Taoist priest was anxious. Because of Nishima Kikufu, the pressure on Song Huawu and Xia Shibin was greatly reduced. Although the two of them were still no match for Ling Qianxue, they could fight to a draw. After saying that, the old Taoist priest threw the soft sword away and clasped his index fingers together. A sharp sword chi shot out from between his fingers and hit Wang Fantian not far away. This old Taoist priest is awesome. Wang Fantian was not really reckless. This sword chi was obviously very powerful. He did not dare to take it head-on and kept retreating to avoid it. Xiao Chen's expression also changed. At this moment, he was fighting with Kai Wujin. Both of them were testing each other and had not really started fighting. However, in Xiao Chen's opinion, the strength that the old Taoist priest had displayed was at least the strength of a stage 3 or stage 4 martial master. He was not on the same level as Kai Wujin, who was only at stage 1. Thinking of this, Xiao Chen shouted, "Fantian, you deal with Kai. I'll deal with this cow nose." Okay. Wang Fantian also knew that he was no match for the old Taoist priest. He did not want to be entangled. He turned around and ran in the direction of Kai Wujin. The old Taoist priest heaved a sigh of relief. He would rather face Xiao Chen than Wang Fantian. At least he could defend against Xiao Chen's martial arts. This reckless man had no idea what kind of stupid moves he would make. However, just as he was feeling happy, he felt a sharp aura piercing through the air. Then, Wang Fantian shouted, F***CKU, old bastard, whoosh. Wang Fantian smashed the remaining iron pole in his hand towards the old Taoist priest. The old Taoist priest was shocked and quickly dodged. However, Xiaochen threw a fireball at the dodging old Taoist priest. Lu Li was right. You little bastard, you are too cunning. You like to sneak attack. The old Taoist priest was infuriated. To think that I, your Taoist grandpa, refined a fire-resistant suit. Ha ha ha, it's useless now, isn't it? Seeing the fireball smashing into his body, the old Taoist laughed complacently. He looked at Xiaochen with disdain and disdain. Your ultimate move is finished this time, it has no effect on me. Although you are cunning, you are still too inexperienced. Don't you know that the same move can only be used once against a high-level cultivator? Oh, you are right. Xiaochen nodded. However, he was shocked. This old thing knew how to refine a fire-resistant suit? This was the Samadhi True Fire. A normal fire-resistant suit would be ineffective. Obviously, he added something to it to guard against him. There were weapons everywhere in the parking lot, and Wang Biantian was extremely handy with them. He threw out the metal pole and casually picked up a stone ball with an iron chain. With a whirring sound, he swung it towards Kai Wujin. Reckless. Reckless. Kai Wujin didn't dare to face it head-on. He kept retreating. If the stone ball hit his head, even if he didn't die, he would suffer a concussion. Even if he was a martial master, he didn't dare to try it. Right now, none of the people on the other side dared to go head-on against Wang Fantian. This brat was a tiger. He could pick up anything and use it as a weapon. If this car wasn't driven by Xiao Chen and the others, he would probably be able to lift it up and smash it for fun. Kai Wujin was very annoyed. Even if he had all kinds of martial arts, he couldn't get close to Wang Fantian. This meant that he couldn't hit Wang Fantian. Although Wang Fantian couldn't hit Kai Wujin in a short period of time, the two of them couldn't do anything to each other. Kai Wujin wasn't a demonic cultivator. Although he was a martial master and had inner strength, he couldn't use his moves through the air. He had to hit the opponent's body to be effective. However, he couldn't even touch the corner of Wang Fantian's clothes. He couldn't even get half a meter away from Wang Fantian. Come on. Kai. What's your name? But that's not important. I don't want to not know. My boss called you Kai something. Let's use this name then. Wang Fantian laughed. Kai something. Come on. Why are you hiding? Do you dare to come over? Do you dare to put down that stone ball? Kai Wujin was so angry that his teeth itched. However, he had no other choice but to move forward. Hee hee. Wang Fangtian smiled, and the big stone ball in his hand spun even faster. It was like a spiral on top of his head. Whoosh whoosh, it was very scary. Suddenly, a slight, kacha, sound could be heard. The big stone ball suddenly broke free from the iron chain and was directly thrown out. It turned out that the stone ball was too heavy. The iron chain embedded in it couldn't support the weight for a long time. After a while, the stone ball broke free. Luckily I reacted fast. The old Taoist was fighting with Xiao Chen. Suddenly, he felt a cold wind behind his head. He turned around and saw a big stone ball coming at him. Chapter 569. The old Taoist was furious. You are such a boorish man. You didn't attack others, but you purposely made things difficult for me. You attacked my disciple, Lu Li, and now you want to attack me. You are really immoral. However, since he had already discovered it, how could he let Wang Fangtian have his way? He quickly prepared to retreat, wanting to avoid the whizzing stone balls. However, the next moment, he felt his body stiffen. It was as if he had fallen into an ice cellar. He was frozen into a block of ice and couldn't move. Oh no, I was tricked. It must be that bastard Xiao Chang. Old Taoist, you are right. I shouldn't have used the same trick so many times. This time, I changed it. How is it? Does it feel good to be a popsicle? Xiao Chen chuckled. He changed the fireball technique to the ice ball technique. Boom! Before the old Taoist could answer, he was hit by the big stone ball. His head buzzed and he tumbled. However, his cultivation was profound and Lu Li couldn't compare to him. Although he was hit by the big stone ball, he felt bad after being frozen. He quickly used his cultivation to protect his body, so he didn't get hurt. Even so, he felt that his head was in a mess and his combat power was reduced. You tricked me. The old Taoist climbed up from the ground in exasperation. The reason why he dared to turn his back to Xiao Chen was because Xiao Chen's fireball technique was useless against him. Not only did he wear a fireproof suit, but he also set up a fireproof array around his body and head. Therefore, he wasn't afraid of Xiao Chen's fireball technique at all. Who knew that Xiao Chen would change it to the ice ball technique? Fortunately, his skull was very hard. The boulder and the ice on his body shattered into pieces and fell to the ground. Other than a big bump on the old Taoist's head, there was also a wound. It was very frightening to see blood spurting out of it. Who tricked you? Xiao Chen asked. This. The old Taoist thought about it and was speechless. Indeed, Xiao Chen didn't trick him. He was the one who asked Xiao Chen to change his move. It was just that Xiao Chen changed it at the right time. At the thought of this, the old Taoist pointed at Wang Fangtian, who had changed his weapon. Brute, you tricked me. Who's scamming you? The quality of the things in your parking lot is too low. Ox knows, your own things are not good, and you're blaming me for spoiling them? Wang Fangtian chuckled. His hand turned into an iron rod used to block cars in the parking lot. He held it in his hand like Sun Wukong's golden cudgel and swung it back and forth. Kai Wujin couldn't be bothered to lower himself to the same level as this person. This person's fighting style was completely boorish and powerful. There was really no way to use martial arts rules to spar with this kind of person. Here comes the ice ball again. As Xiao Chen roared, the old Taoist priest's body tensed up. He subconsciously looked at Xiao Chen and was about to dodge. But who would have thought that Xiao Chen would throw an ice ball at Kai Wujin? He had quietly approached Kai Wujin just now, so the ice ball hit Kai Wujin. If he wasn't wrong, Kai Wujin shouldn't be afraid of the fireball, so Xiao Chen directly used the ice ball. Kai Wujin was shocked. He thought that Xiao Chen was talking to the old Taoist priest, so he didn't pay much attention to it. Who would have thought that he would be hit again? This wasn't following the rules at all. His body was frozen, but he wasn't as strong as the old Taoist priest, so he couldn't break free for a while. He couldn't help but roar, "Aren't you fighting with Taoist Taishan? Why are you hitting me again? Didn't you say mixed team battles? Doesn't that mean that we can have a chaotic battle?" Xiao Chen asked. You're not following the rules. Before Kai Wujin could finish his sentence, Wang Fangtian's stick hit his head. This guy was hit so hard that he was seeing stars. Before he could react, the stick hit him again. Kai Wujin fell to the ground with resentment, unconscious. "Boss, I'm here to help you." Wang Fangtian rushed over after dealing with Kai Wujin. Xiao Chen nodded and glanced at Song Huawu and Xia Shibin. The two of them were showing signs of losing and couldn't hold on any longer. That female ninja was a martial master, so it wasn't a problem for her to suppress Song Huawu and Xia Shibin. Seeing that the two of them were injured to different degrees, Xiao Chen shouted, "Huawu, Xia Shibin, step down." I'll do it. Humph, lecher. The female ninja looked at Xiao Chen and gritted her teeth. How am I a lecher? Xiao Chen asked. You know what you've done. The woman snorted coldly. Seeing Xiao Chen coming over, her fighting spirit was even stronger. She held a katana in her hand, which was shining coldly. It was much more awe-inspiring than the dagger last time. Xiao Chen smiled bitterly. Naturally, he thought of the time when he accidentally grabbed the wrong cat, but he really didn't mean it. He could only say, I think you're working for Yi Dao or something, right? He's dead now. Repent and don't be a ninja in the future. It's so boring. Look at those little girls nowadays. They live so freely every day. You're too boring. Don't slander Lord Yi Dao. Lord Yi Dao won't die. Ling Qianxue said angrily, I'll kill you first. What's your name? Xiao Chen suddenly asked. Ling Qianxue was stunned. Then she snorted and said, Why do you ask this? Nothing. I feel that you're very similar to someone I know. Xiao Chen said. Who? Ling Qianxue asked. A classmate of mine. Xiao Chen said. Your classmate? Ling Qianxue was stunned. Well, tell me your name first. Xiao Chen nodded. I'll kill you. Before you die, I'll tell you. Otherwise, you won't know who killed you. Ling Qianxue waved the katana and rushed toward Xiao Chen. Although Ling Qianxue was a martial master, she was a bladesman. Her bladesmanship was very strange. It dazzled Xiao Chen. It was very beautiful and gorgeous, with a fierce murderous intent. Xiao Chen smiled bitterly and dodged. He didn't know why, but he didn't really want to hurt this female ninja. He couldn't explain the reason, but he had a feeling in his heart. Could it be because he touched her? It shouldn't be. I don't want to kill you. Xiao Chen said, Now, you should know who is left on your side. If you don't want to humiliate yourself, then stop. Humph, you're still so stubborn even when you're about to die. It's useless to threaten me. Ling Qianxue said. Really? Useless? Hua Wu, Shibin, you guys go kill that Night Island guy. Xiao Chen said. Yes. Song Hua Wu and Xia Shibin responded and were about to kill him. Anyway, Night Island Kizuo was already lying on the ground and couldn't get up. You're despicable. Ling Qianxue stared at Xiao Chen with her big eyes. There was anger and killing intent in them. How dare you threaten me? Aren't you not afraid of threats? Xiao Chen asked. You. Ling Qianxue was so angry that her chest heaved up and down. She couldn't speak. She had never seen such a shameless person. However, she didn't dare to act rashly. She could see that Xiao Chen's group didn't fight according to the rules at all. Therefore, it was not impossible for Xiao Chen to let those two people kill Night Island Kizuo. On the contrary, it was very likely. Thinking of this, Ling Qianxue finally stopped her attack and said angrily, What do you want? Nothing, I just want to ask what your name is. Xiao Chen asked. You want to know my name so badly? Ling Qianxue stared at Xiao Chen and said coldly, Do you know that according to the rules of the Sakura group, if the enemy knows my name, what will be the consequences? What consequences? Xiao Chen asked. Either I kill you, or you kill me. We won't stop until one of us is dead. Ling Qianxue looked at Xiao Chen and said word by word. AI. Xiao Chen sighed after hearing this. Now, you don't want to kill me? When have you ever given up on killing me? This? Ling Qianxue was instantly stunned. Indeed, she had always wanted to kill Xiao Chen, so whether she told him or not, there was no difference. You're right, I'm called Ling Qianxue, Ling Qianxue. Really? Xiao Chen looked at the female ninja in front of him in astonishment. Was it really her? But, why didn't she know him? She had already told him her name. There was no need to pretend any more. Thinking of this, Xiaochen couldn't help but ask, "Are you really Ling Qianxue? Why would I lie to you? Are you worth lying to?" Ling Qianxue said coldly, "Well, I told you my name. You can ask your men to let go of Lord Night Island, and we can have a fair fight. Wait, one more thing. Can you take off your mask and let me see?" Xiaochen waved his hand and continued to ask. "Take it off?" Ling Qianxue was a little stunned. Then she looked at Xiaochen angrily. "You don't have to humiliate me like this. I asked you to take off your mask. How is that humiliating? Are you so ugly that you can't show your face?" Xiaochen asked strangely. "Do you know that according to the rules of our Sakura group, if a strange man sees your face, what will happen?" Ling Qianxue asked. "What consequences?" Xiaochen asked. "I will marry you or kill you," Ling Qianxue said. "What? Don't you want to kill me?" Xiaochen was a little speechless. "Since you want to kill me, why do you care so much? You can change the question," Ling Qianxue said. "Well, it's a pity that such a good name turned out to be ugly." Xiaochen saw that Ling Qianxue was about to go berserk, so he quickly said, then changed the question. "Do you know that I have a classmate named Ling Qianxue?" "What?" Ling Qianxue was stunned after hearing Xiaochen's words. She frowned and said, "Which Ling Qianxue?" "Ling as in fierce, Qianxue as in thousands of snowflakes." Xiaochen said. "You? Classmate? Ling Qianxue?" Ling Qianxue widened her eyes and looked at Xiaochen incredulously. Her identity in the Xia kingdom was Ling Qianxue. Chapter 570. Moreover, the reason why she did not reveal her veil to Xiaochen was because Lord Yidao had asked her to get close to Xiaochen. Today's mission was probably a failure. In the future, Ling Qianxue was going to use another identity to get close to Xiaochen, and the other identity was Ling Qianxue. She was going to transfer to Xiaochen's school and then secretly get close to him. However, she had not even started to get close to Xiaochen. Why was there someone called Ling Qianxue in Xiaochen's school? You don't know? Xiaochen felt that Ling Qianxue did not seem to know what he was talking about. He could not help but be a little shocked. Was it true or not? Previously, he suspected that the Ling Qianxue who sat next to him was the Ling Qianxue in front of him. Although there was no evidence, it was a kind of intuition. And now, with his keen sixth senses, he also noticed that Ling Qianxue seemed to be a little surprised. What was going on? Could it be that the Ling Qianxue who sat next to him was not the ninja Ling Qianxue? Otherwise, why would she have such an expression? However, Xiaochen felt that Ling Qianxue's astonishment should not be fake. Otherwise, she could have won the Best Actress award. Wasn't her acting a little too realistic? But this way, Xiaochen was even more puzzled. How could there be such a coincidence in this world? You mean, you have a classmate called Ling Qianxue? Then is she from Japan? Ling Qianxue suddenly thought of something and asked Xiaochen anxiously. I don't think so. She's from Great Xia. Xiaochen shook his head. It seemed that this Ling Qianxue was really not that Ling Qianxue. The two of them were not the same person. He was wrong. What does that have to do with me? Ling Qianxue stared at Xiaochen and gritted her teeth. Do you think I'm your classmate? If you're not, then so be it. It doesn't matter. Xiaochen shrugged and turned to look not far away. Daoist Taishan was forced to retreat by Wang Fantian. As Daoist Taishan ran, he scolded, "Brute, brute, too brute." Xiaochen casually threw out an ice ball, which directly smashed onto Daoist Taishan's body, causing his body to freeze for a moment. Daoist Taishan did not expect that while Xiaochen was chatting with Ling Qianxue, he would still be able to sneak attack him. He was immediately hit, and then Wang Fantian ran over and laughed, "Old bastard, watch how I kill you this time." Wang Fangtian lifted Daoist Tai Shan up and pressed his head down onto the ground with all his might. Daoist Tai Shan's head was directly embedded into the cement floor, and he couldn't move at all. He was just like an inverted ice sculpture, unable to get up, unable to speak, and unable to struggle at all. Seeing that the outcome was set, Xiaochun said to Ling Qianxue, "Do you still want to fight? Do you dare to fight me fairly?" Ling Qianxue asked. "Ling Qianxue, what's wrong with your brain? Do you really think that you are my opponent in a fair fight?" Xiaochun looked at Ling Qianxue and said, "Previously, I thought that you were my classmate, so I let you have your way. If you push your luck, don't blame me for being impolite." "You thought that I was your classmate?" Ling Qianxue hesitated for a moment and looked at Nishima Kikuo, who was not far away. She realized that he was in a coma, so she asked, "Do I look like your classmate?" "Gosh, you didn't even take off your veil, how would I know?" Xiaochun shrugged and said. "Then, why do you say that we look like each other?" Ling Qianxue asked back. "I don't know, intuition, body shape." Xiaochun did not hide anything. "That classmate of mine, is she your long-lost sister?" "Humph. I will let you go today, but I will kill you sooner or later." Ling Qianxue's expression changed, and then she said, "Since you have lost, I will take my leave." After Ling Qianxue finished speaking, she quickly ran to the side of the unconscious Nishima Kikuo, carried him on her back, and quickly left the place without saying much. Xiaochun shook his head. This Ling Qianxue was a product of brainwashing. In fact, perhaps she was not a bad person, so Xiaochun let her go. At this moment, all the opponents had been defeated. Su Chuxia and Tian Wangshuo also got out of the car and ran over. Song Huawu asked, "Captain, what do we do now?" "Pull that Daoist Tai Shan out and ask him if he admits defeat." Xiaochun instructed Wang Fantian, then said to Su Chuxia, "Okay, I guess your grandparents will be released safely this time." Thank you, Xiao Chang." Su Chuxia saw with her own eyes how intense and dangerous the battle just now was. Although it seemed like Xiaochun had a lot of tricks and had the upper hand, Su Chuxia knew that these people were all very powerful. None of them were mediocre. If Xiaochun was not careful, he could be injured. On the other hand, Tian Wangshuo was carefree and looked curiously at the ice sculpture of Taoist Tai Shan. "Aya, this ice sculpture is really beautiful. Don't pull it out yet, Sister Wangshuo wants to take a picture with it." As she spoke, Tian Wangshuo ran over and stood next to the ice sculpture. She took a selfie and posted it on her WeChat Moments with the caption, "This is the first ice sculpture in Lan City this year." Then, Wang Fantian was pulled out by Taoist Tai Shan and fell to the ground. Suddenly, ice shards fell all over the ground, and Taoist Tai Shan finally thawed. He sat on the ground and glared at Wang Fantian. "Just you wait, you brute, I will teach you a lesson sooner or later." "Hey! You old fogey, are you looking for trouble?" As he spoke, Wang Fantian picked up another metal pole. "This thing is still the best, it can't be smashed. Don't move. I admit defeat." Taoist Tai Shan was very straightforward. He knew that the situation was not in his favor. At this time, his people were all wiped out, and he was already feeling numb when facing Wang Fantian alone. If Xiaochun joined the battle, he would definitely not be a match for them, so he might as well just admit defeat. "Ox knows, you have some self-awareness. If that's the case, bring us to receive Grandpa Su and Granny Su," Xiaochun said. "No problem, you guys don't go up. I will get Emoji to receive them." Taoist Tai Shan was a little afraid. These people did not play by the rules. If he let them go up the mountain, what if Xiaochun became angry and used a fireball to set Tianqing sect on fire? Then it would be difficult to extinguish the fire. Therefore, he might as well admit defeat and let Emoji go up to receive them, while he sat on the ground to heal himself. He did not speak any more. I say, ox-nose old Daoist, instead of being a Daoist, you just had to get involved in this kind of thing. You're done for. You've been beaten up, right? Next time, be more obedient. Xiao Qin said to Taoist Taishan. I had no choice. The Daoist temple is short of money. If Xiao Shanren had donated some, it wouldn't be like this. Taoist Taishan sighed. Donate your head. Look, you want to fight with me, and I've called so many people. You have to pay me for the transportation fees. Xiao Qin said, when people lose a battle, they have to pay compensation. When are you going to pay me? We're just playing around, let's not talk about money, right? Taoist Taishan said. How can I do that? How about this, I won't ask for much. Just give me $1 million, and I'll treat these people to a meal or something. Xiao Qin said. This poor Daoist will go back and discuss it. Taoist Taishan laughed dryly. In fact, the so-called discussion was just perfunctory. In fact, he had never thought of compensating Xiao Qin. Oh, then hurry up. If I don't get the money after a long time, I'll secretly burn down your Daoist temple. I don't believe that you've also set up a fireproof formation on your Daoist temple. Xiao Qin said. You know about formations? Taoist Taishan was a little surprised. Don't talk about that. Hurry up and go back to gather the money. Xiao Qin said. Sigh, burning someone's house requires legal responsibility. Taoist Taishan said. Oh, this is the grudge of the Jianhu. Oh right, Huawu, tell me, the grudges of the Jianhu of the pugilistic world, do you guys care about burning a house? Xiao Qin turned his head and asked Song Huawu. I don't care. Song Huawu said coldly. Did you hear that, Taoist Taishan? They don't care, Xiao Qin said with a shrug. Sigh. I'll go back and do some research. Taoist Taishan said with a sigh. There was no other way. A loss was a loss. Not long after, Mo came down the mountain. Another disciple from Heavenly Pure Monastery came down with him. It was unknown what Mo was, but the two of them carried Grandpa Su and Granny Su down the mountain. Grandpa, Grandma. Su Chuxia hurriedly ran over. Why did you come to Heavenly Pure Monastery? The people here are all bad people. Granny Su was stunned. How are they bad people? Taoist Luli provided us with good food and drinks. We were invited here as guests. They called you here and forced Xiao Chang to duel with them to achieve an unspeakable goal. You've been tricked. Su Chuxia explained. Are you serious? That can't be, right? I was thinking, we've been begging them for some celestial water for a few years. It's not a big deal to come and thank them. Granny Su was shocked when she heard this. It's not true. Look at this place. It's a mess. If Xiao Chang didn't win, they wouldn't have let him go. Su Chuxia said. Yes, Sour can testify. Tian Sour said. Sigh, you can't judge a book by its cover. I didn't expect Taoist Luli to be so bad. Granny Su naturally believed her granddaughter, Tian Sour, even though it was a little strange. Taoist Taishan, according to the rules of Jianhu, I've won. You're not allowed to kidnap anyone from the Su family in the future. Do you hear me? Xiao Qin warned Taoist Taishan. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Let me tell you, you've seen my friends and my personalities. We're both quite fierce. One burned your monastery, and the other tore down your azure mountain. I got it. Taoist Taishan nodded. He could really tell that these two people were really ferocious. However, according to the rules of Jianhu, since Xiao Chang had won, it was indeed inappropriate for them to kidnap again. Since everyone was talking about the rules of Jianhu, they had to follow them. Otherwise, these two brats might really tear down Azure Mountain. Chapter 571. Therefore, for the safety of Tianqing Temple, Daoist Tai Shan had to agree. However, he was thinking about something else. Then let's go. Inform the others. If anyone tries to harm them, I will look for you first, Xiaochen threatened. Why is that? Daoist Tai Shan was a little depressed. Because you are easy to find. I don't know where the Tide Club and the ninjas are, so I will look for you first, Xiaochen said. Then I will tell you the address, Daoist Tai Shan said quickly. No need. Xiaochen waved his hand. I will look for you. Daoist Tai Shan finally knew why his disciple, Daoist Lu Li, had such a bad temper recently. He wanted to scold him now. With that, Xiaochen brought Su Chuxia's grandparents to the car. However, he realized that the car was not small. There was one more person. Daoist Tai Shan sneered at the side. Aren't you very capable? Let's see what you can do. One of you must run back with the car. I think Wang Fantian is the most suitable. He will run to death. However, before he could be happy for long, he saw Wang Fantian running over. He was carrying a car. Damn, that is our temple's car. Daoist Tai Shan finally exploded. He pointed at Wang Fantian. Put it down. Oh, I'll drive it first. You can pick it up at the foot of the mountain later. Since you kidnapped Su Chuxia's grandparents, you must know their address. I'll just park it downstairs. Wang Fantian said nonchalantly. Humph, I don't have the car key. Daoist Tai Shan rolled his eyes. Oh, it doesn't matter. I am best at opening locks by force. Wang Fantian said and was about to pull the door open with brute force. Damn, I remember again. I have the key. Daoist Tai Shan was so angry that he became a real bull's nose. Here you go. Oh, actually, even if I open the door, I can't start the fire, Wang Fantian said. Daoist Tai Shan felt a little annoyed and didn't want to stay any longer. He waved his hand at Moji's two disciples and said, Carry your master, let's go back to Heavenly Purity Monastery. Yes. Martial Ancestor. Moji carried Daoist Lu Li and quickly followed Daoist Tai Shan up the mountain. On the way, Su Chuxia explained to her grandparents, these people want Dad's research results. They want to kidnap us and threaten us. So that's how it is. Sigh, I can't trust these people so easily next time. Grandpa Su nodded. Sorry for the trouble. Granny Su said with embarrassment. That's fine. It's also my job responsibility. Xiaochen said, Actually, I'm not. Actually, Xiao Chang isn't the person in charge of this mission. It's only because he's my boyfriend that he came to help us. Tian sourly said, That little Meng from before is really bad. Sour's boyfriend is the best. Granny Su nodded and sighed. Yeah, I wonder when our Chuxia will be able to find such an outstanding young man. Grandpa Su added. Su Chuxia glared at Tian Suruan. Can't you just let him explain? But now, he was being dragged into the matter again. Tian sourly stuck out her tongue. She was a person who cared a lot about her reputation. If outsiders found out that she was Xiao Chang's fake girlfriend, how embarrassing would that be? Therefore, she would never say anything about this matter. It was fine if only Su Chuxia knew about it. After Xiaochen went back, Taoist Lu Li was carried to a quiet room in the Taoist temple. Taoist Tai Shan checked on his injuries and drank a bowl of his own, immortal water. Taoist Lu Li finally woke up, but his condition was not very good. It could even be said that he was in a very bad condition. Cough, cough, cough. Master, I'm so sad. Sigh, your injuries are not light. Fortunately, I was able to save you with the help of your martial granduncle. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to successfully concoct this immortal water. Taoist Taishan sighed. We've kicked an iron plate this time. Yeah, this Xiao Chang and that brute are too ruthless. These two people are amazing. Where did they come from? Taoist Luli was infuriated at the mention of these two people. *CK, I have to take revenge for these two. Revenge is a small matter. Now, I'm thinking about something else. If Marshal Granduncle was still alive, that brute wouldn't be a match for him at all. A sinister smile appeared on Taoist Taishan's face. Master, what do you mean? Taoist Luli was stunned and quickly asked. I discovered a problem today. That Xiao Chang not only knows how to use the fireball technique, but he also knows how to use the ice ball technique. Taoist Taishan said, Luli, didn't you think of something? Fireball technique, ice ball technique? Taoist Luli was shocked and his eyes widened. In that case, this Xiao Chang might really be a cultivator. That's right. Taoist Taishan nodded his head in satisfaction and said, Luli, it seems that you have also thought of it. That's right, this Xiao Chang is very likely a cultivator. Furthermore, from what you told me about him knowing about talismans, I know that he should be one of us. Furthermore, he also knew about the formation today, so I think there's no mistake. Master, you mean to let Marshal Granduncle possess me? Taoist Luli's eyes lit up. At the same time, he became somewhat happy. As long as there is a suitable cultivator, Marshal Granduncle can possess me and be reborn. That's right. In this heavenly pure monastery, I'm the only one who has lived up to expectations and has already made some achievements. You are still very shallow, and it's impossible for Marshal Granduncle to possess both of us. This Xiao Chang is a good body to possess, and his strength is sufficiently high. Taoist Taishan nodded and said, Luli, inform Yakushima Kikuo and Kai Lehu to come for a meeting now. I'll go find your Marshal Granduncle and tell him this good news. Alright, I'll go and contact him now. Taoist Luli nodded his head, took his phone, and began to contact him. As for Taoist Taishan, he walked into the depths of the monastery. It was rugged, and he passed through several courtyards along the way. Finally, he arrived at the entrance of a basement. He carefully opened the large door lock and entered. Is Taishan back? An old but vigorous voice came from inside. Yes, Taishan greets Marshal Uncle. Taoist Taishan said carefully. How is Luli? The old voice asked. The room was extremely dark, and he couldn't see anything at all. He couldn't even see his fingers in front of him, so he didn't know where the voice came from. However, Taishan knew that his martial uncle was currently only in the state of a primordial spirit. He needed someone to possess him and be reborn. Fortunately, he has consumed the immortal water that martial uncle made for him, so he's fine now. Taoist Taishan nodded his head and said, Martial uncle, I was in a hurry just now, so I didn't have time to tell you something important. Oh? What is it? The old voice asked. It's like this, I've already thought of a suitable body for Martial Uncle to possess. Taoist Taishan said excitedly, that is the person who injured us today, Xiao Chang. Oh? What's going on? Could it be that he's a cultivator? The old voice was filled with excitement as he hurriedly asked. That's right. Not only does he know talismans and formations, he can also use fire and water attribute martial skills. How can he be a devil cultivator? Taoist Taishan said, martial cultivators are either fire, water, or ice attribute. It's impossible to use them together. No one cultivates these two conflicting mental cultivation methods. Sure enough, that's great. The old voice was somewhat happy. Then quickly bring him here. That's great, I'm finally going to be reborn. That's great. Ha 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 ha, I never thought that I, old demon fire wolf, would finally be able to see the light of day again, wahahaha. I'll think of a way to trick him here as soon as possible. Taoist Taishan nodded and agreed. I'll wait for your good news. Old Demon Fire Wolf said. On the other side, Taoist Luli contacted Yi Dao Kufu and Kai Lehu one by one. The two of them were actually not weak. Although they were seriously injured, they had found a place at the foot of the mountain to recover. Each of them had their own methods. In any case, when Taoist Taishan returned, they were already there. Those two old fellows, did you let them go? When Kai Lehu saw Taoist Taishan, he hurriedly asked, it seems that even the most powerful Taoist Taishan is not a match for them. Let them go. Taoist Taishan nodded. Everyone, let's not laugh at each other. Those two people are really powerful. Let's think of our next step. Originally, I wanted Ling Qianxue to pretend to be a student and go to the school to get close to Xiao Chang and Su Chuxia. But now, it seems that there's not much point. We used the rules of the pugilistic world to talk, and the other party also used the rules of the pugilistic world to talk. We can't kidnap the Su family anymore. Why don't we think of a way to steal from the research base? Yi Dao Kufu said. That's a good idea, but Xiao Chang and that brat are too powerful. With them obstructing us, it will be very difficult for our people to enter the research base. Kai Lehu said. Xiao Chang and that brat are led by Xiao Chang. What we need to do now is to get rid of Xiao Chang. That brat is nothing to be afraid of. His IQ is a big problem. Taoist Taishan said, so, let's do this. We'll deal with Xiao Chang, while Mr. Yi Dao and Mr. Kai steal the information from the research base. What do you think? This. It's not easy to do. Yi Dao Kufu and Kai Lehu looked at each other. This Xiao Chang was very difficult to deal with. They didn't expect Taoist Taishan to take the initiative to agree. However, it was also very difficult to enter the research base. If it was that easy to enter, they wouldn't have kidnapped the Su family. Perhaps you might think that it's very difficult to enter the research base now, but what if Xiao Chang brings you in? Taoist Taishan smiled slightly. Chapter 572. Him? Bring us in? How is that possible? That kid is unmoved by force or persuasion. Kai Lehu was stunned. He was infuriated when he thought of Xiao Chang. This time, I'm afraid it's not up to him. He will listen to us. Taoist Taishan smiled and said mysteriously. Are you serious? Will Xiao Chang listen to you? Is it a threat or a cooperation? Yashima Kikuo asked in disbelief. You don't need to understand this. Just wait for the good news. Now, gather your men and prepare to attack the research base at any time. Listen to my news. Taoist Taishan said. Alright, let's go back and prepare. Kai Lehu and Yashima Kikuo thought that this was a good thing. If they could deal with Xiao Chang, there would be no problem. However, what method did Taoist Taishan use? Could it be hypnosis? However, it was not their place to ask. The Pure Sky Monastery was a little strange. There were many legends among the people, so since the monastery was so confident, they waited for the good news. Yes, take care. Taoist Taishan said. After these people left, Taoist Luli asked, Master, how was it? What did Martial Uncle say? Your martial granduncle also agreed to let us trick that brat Xiao Chang over and then possess him. Taoist Taishan said, when the time comes, Martial Uncle Xiao Chang will bring us directly to the research base. He and Song Huawu have such a good relationship. Even if they are not colleagues, they are still related. And then I'll go and ask Xiao Chang. However, what if Xiao Chang doesn't come? Taoist Luli asked. Tell him that we have prepared 1 million in compensation and let him come to collect it. Taoist Taishan said. But what if he asks us to transfer the money? That kid can do it. Daoist Luli knew Xiaochen very well. I feel that he won't come on purpose. If we don't transfer the money, he might threaten us. That's true. You know Xiaochang well. After Daoist Taishan heard this, he nodded with a serious expression. Then we have to think of another way. Do you have any ideas? Let me think. Taoist Luli frowned and thought of a solution. Then Xiao Bai. Aya, why don't we do this? Let's tell him that our Taoist temple has no money, but we have some gold bars as compensation. Let him drive over to get the gold bars. Then what if he wants us to send it? Daoist Taishan asked. Didn't he drive our car away? We can't give it away. Daoist Luli slapped his thigh and said. Huh, that's right. Good, then invite him over now, the sooner the better. Daoist Taishan ordered. Okay. Taoist Luli took out his mobile phone and sent a Weixin message to Xiaochen. Hello, young Master Chang. Are you home? We're here. Why? Xiaochen replied. Well, I've discussed it with my master. We're going to compensate you with 1 million yuan. Daoist Luli said. Oh, transfer it. Transfer it directly into my Weixin wallet. Xiaochen said. Daoist Luli looked at his mobile phone with an expectant expression. He smiled and said, Young Master Chang, our Taoist temple is too poor. We don't have any cash. How about I give you the equivalent value of gold bars? The gold bars are valuable. How about I give you 10% lower than the market price? Oh. Gold bars, then you send it to me. Xiaochen said. That doesn't seem to work. First, we are all injured. Second, our Tianqing temple's car was driven away by you. We can't go. Daoist Luli said, and if we want to find a car, we don't dare to find a strange car. It's too conspicuous to pull a car full of gold bars. Xiaochen thought about it. Although it was a little strange, it was impossible for Daoist Taishan to give him money. Now that he suddenly gave him money, he must be hiding something. However, Xiaochen didn't refuse it. It's a waste not to get it for free. Thinking of this, Xiaochen said, Okay, I'll go and get it tomorrow. Okay, then I'll wait for you. Daoist Luli said. Take a picture first. I want to see how much gold there is. Xiaochen suddenly asked. Ah, wait. Daoist Luli looked at Xiaochen's Weixin and sneered. Fortunately, there were gold bars in the Taoist temple. Otherwise, it wouldn't match. He asked Emoji to run to the warehouse, take a few photos of the gold bars, and then send them to Xiaochen. Xiaochen looked at it. There were gold bars. Although he was a little puzzled why Daoist Luli was so active, he thought about it and decided to go. Anyway, even if he couldn't get the gold bars, he wouldn't lose too much. He wasn't going to fight. Even if he couldn't beat Xiaochen, he had absolute confidence that he could escape. With the strength of these two people, they couldn't keep Xiaochen. Moreover, Daoist Luli was seriously injured. The next morning, Xiaochen brought Su Chuxia and Tian Wangshou to school. On the way, he said to them, Daoist Lu said he wanted to give me some gold bars. I'll go and get them later. Wow, gold. Is it for your girlfriend? Tian Wangshou said with an expectant smile. Wangshou, how can you ask for things from others? Su Chuxia said. It's okay. I don't lack money anyway. If you like it, I'll give it to you. Xiaochen said indifferently. He didn't lack money. The gold bars were just to trick Daoist Lu. It was his fault for causing trouble for him. Then. I don't want it either, Su Chuxia said. I want it. Sister Wangshou doesn't lack anything except gold. Give it to me. Tian Wangshou said quickly. Okay. Xiaochen smiled. He was probably about to say goodbye to Tian Wangshou. Daoist Lu Li and the others should stop here. Even if they robbed the research base in the future, they wouldn't do anything to Su Chuxia or Grandpa Su. They should still abide by the rules of the underworld. Otherwise, the Supernatural Investigation Bureau could arrest them directly. They were the first to violate the rules of the underworld. The people of the underworld wouldn't stand up for them. Therefore, he left something for this fake girlfriend of his when he left. He might not see her again in the future because he couldn't use the identity of Yang Tan forever. Xiao Chang, shouldn't you hand these things over? Su Chuxia asked. Isn't it a mistake to give them to Tian Wangshou? Oh, not really, Xiao Chen said. Yang Tan and I have nothing to do with each other. He was the one who made the mistake. Okay. Su Chuxia shrugged and didn't say anything else. There's gold, there's gold. Chuxia, what do you think Sister Wangshou should make? Should I make a big gold chain and wear it around my neck? Tian Wangshou shook Su Chuxia's arm and said excitedly. Su Chuxia was a little speechless. Can you be more normal? Are you a big sister? Have you ever seen a girl wear a big gold chain when she goes out? That's true. You'll feel rich if you leave the gold bars at home. You'll feel happy when you look at them every day. Tian Wangshou said. Whatever. Just don't leave it at my house, Su Chuxia said. Why? Tian Wangshou said, are you burning the bridge after crossing it? You tricked me here and now you want to chase me away? I'm afraid of attracting thieves, Su Chuxia said. Isn't there Xiao Chang? Tian Wangshou said. He can't be with us all the time. He's from the Supernatural Investigation Bureau. He'll go back after this mission. I'm worried that he'll be targeted, Su Chuxia said. Ah. After Tian Wangshou heard this, she immediately lowered her head gloomily. She also thought that Xiao Chang would eventually leave. She didn't know why, but Tian Wangshou's heart ached. She was a little reluctant to leave. Although they hadn't spent much time together, Xiao Chen brought her a lot of joy. She quite liked to play with Xiao Chen. She didn't expect Xiao Chen to leave so soon. Wangshou, are you in love with him? Do you like Xiao Chang? Su Chuxia lowered her voice, but Xiao Chen could still hear her. However, he couldn't interrupt this kind of topic. Ah, how is that possible? Tian Wangshou quickly said, Sister Wangshou isn't that easy to fall for. Sister Wangshou is very difficult to pursue. Alright, it's indeed difficult. You still have to beg others to pursue you, Su Chuxia said. Chuxia, how dare you mock me? Tian Wangshou was furious. Forget it. If you speak louder, Xiao Chang will hear you. Su Chuxia smiled. Alright. Tian Wangshou didn't say anything else. Xiao Chen dropped the two of them off at school. Then, he drove to Mount Azure Mountain's pure heavenly temple to find Taoist Lu Li to get the gold bar. The car quickly arrived at Mount Azure Mountain. Xiao Chen parked the car and went directly to the entrance of Pure Heavenly Temple. Today, Pure Heavenly Temple had returned to normal. Many good men and women were working hard to enter Pure Heavenly Temple. Xiao Chen arrived at Pure Heavenly Temple under the guidance of Mo Ji, who had been waiting for a long time. As soon as he entered, he saw Taoist Lu Li smiling from afar. Lu Li, are you all right? Looking at you, you seem to be fine. Xiao Chen was a little surprised. This guy was seriously injured yesterday. Don't I have the immortal water here? Didn't young Master Chang come to ask for the immortal water before? You must know its effects, right? Taoist Lu Li said with a smile. He didn't forget to flatter the Taoist temple's immortal water. Of course, the reason why he was so excited was that this minor disciple in front of him was about to be possessed by the martial grand uncle. At that time, this kid would be gone and become the martial grand uncle. It was really satisfying. Oh, you made me pour it into the toilet. Xiaochen said, don't talk nonsense. Take me to get the gold bar. Huh, of course, no problem. Originally, I wanted to discuss the talisman with young Master Chang. Since young Master Chang is in a hurry, then please. Taoist Lu Li said as he made an inviting gesture. Then, the two walked into the Taoist temple together. Where is your master, Taoist Taishan? Asked Xiaochen. Taoist Taishan is waiting for young Master Chang in Cangjin Pavilion. That Cangjin Pavilion is an important place in the Taoist temple. Only Master can open it. Taoist Lu Li said casually. Oh. Xiaochen took 2 steps and suddenly said, you won't trick me, right? Ah-ha, how would we dare to trick you? You are so powerful. You always want to burn the Taoist temple. We can't afford to offend you. Said Taoist Lu Li. Chapter 573. Oh. Xiaochen nodded and followed Taoist Lu Li all the way to the depths of the Taoist temple. There was a small independent house. It's here. Young Master Chang, please come in. Taoist Lu Li said to Xiaochen. That's not right. Why is this a basement? Xiaochen looked at Taoist Lu Li opening a secret passage in the middle of the floor of the small house. He asked curiously and vigilantly. Of course, the gold is naturally hidden in a secret place. Otherwise, it will attract thieves. Taoist Lu Li said. Then you go down and move it up. I won't go down. Xiaochen felt that there seemed to be a bit of a gloomy feeling inside, which made him subconsciously vigilant. My master, Taoist Taishan, is still down there, and this secret passage is a bit long. You see. Taoist Lu Li didn't expect Xiaochen to not go down. Xiaochen was about to refuse, but he heard the voice of Elder Heaven Ancestor saying, there is something strange inside. It seems a bit interesting. Let's go down and take a look. Oh? There is no danger? Xiaochen asked. There should be, but isn't I here? I don't think there will be too much of a problem. Elder Heaven Ancestor said. Well, then you lead the way. Xiaochen nodded and said to Taoist Lu Li, who was about to continue to explain to him. Please come in. Taoist Lu Li nodded and entered the secret passage. This secret passage was really not short. The two of them walked for a long time before they came to a small door. The more Xiaochen looked, the more he felt that something was wrong. However, since Elder Heaven Ancestor said that there was no problem, he pretended not to know and said, is it here? I will open the door for young Master Chang. Taoist Lu Li nodded and opened the small door. Then, he suddenly pushed Xiaochen from behind, and Xiaochen was pushed into the room. This was an incomparably dark room with no light at all. Xiaochen had 6 senses that allowed him to see things in the dark. Once he entered, he felt that there was something strange in this room. The layout of this room was like a formation. Just as he was about to turn around and grab Taoist Lu Li, he saw a flash of white light. Suddenly, like a bolt of lightning, it shot into the top of Xiaochen's head. Xiaochen's brain was in so much pain that it felt like it was going to explode. He held his head and fainted on the ground, feeling that Xiaochen had fallen and martial uncle Master Fire Wolf had successfully taken over. Taoist Lu Li laughed and said, it's done. Master, can we turn on the light now? At this time, the lights in the small room lit up. It was indeed an array. This was an array designed to preserve old demon Fire Wolf's primordial spirit. At this time, Taoist Taishan walked out of the corner and looked coldly at Xiaochen, who was lying on the ground. He smiled and said, let's not disturb the fusion of martial uncle's soul. You and I can leave and wait. It's done. Great, with a powerful figure like martial uncle, our heavenly pure temple will be a member of the martial arts world in the future. Taoist Lu Li said excitedly, otherwise, we have to raise money everywhere to repair the Taoist temple. It's really miserable. Well, with martial uncle's strength and status, our heavenly pure temple will slowly become stronger. Taoist Tai Shan also nodded. In the room, Xiaochen only felt as if something had occupied his divine sense sea. His mind was in a mess, and he instantly lost consciousness. Old Demon Fire Wolf was very happy. From the moment Xiaochen came in, he felt that this was a good body for him to take over. This was definitely a cultivator, and a martial master level cultivator at that. It was really a heaven-sent opportunity. For a body of this level, he could directly take over it in one go without any difficulty. After entering Xiaochen's divine sense space, Old Demon Fire Wolf was about to begin the primordial spirit fusion when he suddenly felt that there seemed to be a pair of eyes peeping at him in the dark, giving him a big fright. Who? Kid, you're not dead yet? You're still conscious? Old Demon Fire Wolf subconsciously thought that Xiaochen's primordial spirit was not completely destroyed, and there was still a trace of divine sense remaining, looking at him unwillingly. It's actually the primordial spirit of the Foundation establishment stage. TSK, what a good thing. Elder Heaven Ancestor's mocking voice sounded. Old Demon Fire Wolf immediately stood up in fright and exclaimed, "Oh my God, who? Who? Who are you?" Of course it's this old man. Elder Heaven Ancestor appeared in Xiaochen's divine sense space and appeared in front of Old Demon Fire Wolf. You. Old Demon Fire Wolf suddenly realized that the primordial spirit in front of him was not Xiaochen's primordial spirit at all, but another high-level primordial spirit. Even he couldn't see the true strength of this primordial spirit. What's going on? Could it be that Xiaochen has been taken over by another primordial spirit? How is this possible? But why didn't I feel it when I took over? Or could it be that this primordial spirit didn't succeed in taking over, so it temporarily resided in the divine sense space and hadn't fused yet? What about me? Elder Heaven Ancestor asked. That. Senior, I'm leaving. I didn't know this was Senior's territory. Sorry for disturbing. With that, Old Demon Fire Wolf wanted to leave. He wasn't stupid. With such a powerful primordial spirit here, he simply wasn't a match for it. It would be a piece of cake to destroy it. Oh, since you're here, don't think about leaving. You won't be able to get out, Elder Heaven Ancestor said indifferently. Oh, Senior, I was wrong. Please let me go. Old Demon Fire Wolf was shocked. Wait on the side first. After Elder Heaven Ancestor said that, he shouted into the divine sense space, "Xiaochen, wake up. Come out and play." Elder Heaven Ancestor's voice echoed in the divine sense space. It seemed to have some kind of magical power that made Xiaochen slowly transform. However, when Xiaochen woke up, he saw a blurry space. And not far from him, there were two people. One was a burly, spirited old man, and the other was a somewhat wretched-looking middle-aged man. This is... Xiaochen asked curiously. Xiaochen, don't you recognize me? The burly old man laughed and said to Xiaochen. You're Elder Heaven Ancestor. Xiaochen was shocked. How could he see Elder Heaven Ancestor? Didn't the celestial elder only exist in one's body and not as a physical being? Then what he saw was, of course it's me. Elder Heaven Ancestor nodded. Xiaochen, we finally meet. Then what is this place? Who is this person? Xiaochen looked at the wretched-looking man in the Taoist robe and asked. This is your deep sea of consciousness, or rather, the space of consciousness. As for me and this primordial spirit, we exist in your space of consciousness. Elder Heaven Ancestor said. And this little guy just tried to possess you. But I saw that he still has some use, so I didn't kill him and left him alive. Yes, I have use. Old Devil Fire Wolf said in fright. So, then Xiaochen was shocked. Am I also in the form of a primordial spirit? Otherwise, why would I appear here? Elder Heaven Ancestor explained. Well, your primordial spirit was about to be destroyed by this little guy, so I helped you protect it first. Then, when he came in, I removed the protection. Right now, your body is only unconscious. It's not a big deal. So that's how it is. Thank you, Elder Heaven Ancestor. After hearing this, Xiaofan had some lingering fear. There was indeed a problem. However, this Taoist Deer Li and Taoist Tai Shan were quite sinister. They tricked me into coming here just to possess my body. They were too wicked. Fortunately, I had already taken precautions. If it wasn't for Elder Heaven Ancestor letting me in, I wouldn't have gone in no matter what. Now that Elder Heaven Ancestor was confident, it wasn't too dangerous. You are my disciple. Naturally, I have to take care of you. Elder Heaven Ancestor said. Old Devil Fire Wolf smiled and asked carefully, that, the two of you have such a deep relationship. It's not good for an outsider like me to be here. Well, should I leave first? Leave? You can leave now that you're here. Elder Heaven Ancestor looked at Old Devil Fire Wolf with a faint smile. Old Devil Fire Wolf said, that. I also have disciples outside. If I go out, they can take care of me. Don't I need you to take care of me here? That extra person. Old Devil Fire Wolf said, oh, you still need someone to take care of you? That's so troublesome. It seems that I'll just kill you. Elder Heaven Ancestor said with a smile. Old Devil Fire Wolf was so scared that his face changed and immediately said, oh, don't. I don't need anyone to take care of me. Not only do I not need anyone to take care of me, but I can also take care of others. Oh, but we don't need anyone to take care of us. Xiaofan and Elder Heaven Ancestor had a tacit understanding. He knew that Elder Heaven Ancestor was scaring this kid, so he cooperated and said, Elder Heaven Ancestor, he's useless. It's better to kill him. How can I leave someone who wants to possess me alive? Old Devil Fire Wolf was so scared that he almost peed his pants. He quickly begged for mercy. Oh, don't. Hero, spare my life. Hero, just now your master, Elder Heaven Ancestor, said that I'm useful. You can't kill me. I'm so useful. Oh. Elder Heaven Ancestor, is this person still useful? Xiaofan asked. It's useful. I see that this primordial spirit is at the foundation establishment stage. We can refine him into a ghost talisman devil. Elder Heaven Ancestor said. Ghost talisman devil? What's that? Xiaofan didn't quite understand. Simply put, it's a pet that you play in the game. Do you understand now? Elder Heaven Ancestor explained. Oh, I understand. It can be used in battle, right? Xiaofan roughly understood what Elder Heaven Ancestor meant. But can he help me fight? You can refine him into a ghost talisman devil. He can't live without you. He can only be controlled by you. Elder Heaven Ancestor said. That's a good idea. How do I refine him? Xiaofan nodded and asked. Old Devil Fire Wolf was listening on the side. His face was pale. He was a little dumbfounded. The Elder Heaven Ancestor said that it was useful. This was turning him into a slave. This was not much better than killing him, right? Chapter 574. No, don't. You two heroes, you see that I'm weak. You should find someone stronger to refine into a demon. I'm too weak. Old Demon Fire Wolf was terrified. If I fight, won't I be embarrassing you, great hero? Oh, it doesn't matter. Demons can also be upgraded. If you perform well, I can help you upgrade. Elder Heaven Ancestor smiled indifferently. I'll give you two choices. One is to become a demon. what about the other? Old Demon Fire Wolf quickly asked. Of course, it's to die, Elder Heaven Ancestor said. Is there no other choice? Old Demon Fire Wolf was very unwilling. Definitely not. Elder Heaven Ancestor shook his head. You wanted to possess my disciple. I'm already letting you go by refining you into a demon. Sigh. My life is so miserable. Old Demon Fire Wolf was a little helpless. Although he was unwilling, he had no other choice. He could only agree. All right then. It's better to live than to die. That's right. If you perform well, you'll be useless in a few years. I'll give you back your freedom, Elder Heaven Ancestor said in a bewitching tone. Really? Old Demon Fire Wolf was very happy. Of course. Elder Heaven Ancestor turned to look at Xiaofan. If you don't believe me, ask him. Have I, Elder Heaven Ancestor, ever deceived people? No. Xiaofan shook his head. Okay, then I believe you. Go ahead and refine. How do you want me to cooperate? Old Demon Fire Wolf asked. In a while, I'll let Xiaofan wake up first. Then, use your voice and this body to order your two disciples to find some materials. Do you hear me? Elder Heaven Ancestor said. If anything goes wrong, I'll kill you. Got it. Old Demon Fire Wolf said helplessly. Okay, Xiaofan, now close your eyes and take a deep breath. Elder Heaven Ancestor said. Xiaofan did as he was told, and he woke up. He found that he was lying in the small dark room from before, and there was an array around him, but it didn't matter what it was, the important thing was that he was fine. Xiaofan stood up and opened the door of the small house. He saw Daoist Lu Li and Daoist Tai Shan standing anxiously at the door. When they saw Xiaofan wake up and open the door, they couldn't help but be delighted. However, they still probed, Xiaofan, why did you faint just now? All right, stop pretending. Tai Shan, Lu Li, I'm already awake. Old Demon Fire Wolf in Xiaofan's body said directly. He didn't dare to not say it. Elder Heaven Ancestor was watching from the side. He felt that if he said one wrong word, Elder Heaven Ancestor could destroy him. For some reason, after Xiaofan's primordial spirit entered his sea of consciousness, he could clearly feel the situation in his sea of consciousness. He could also see Elder Heaven Ancestor and Old Demon Fire Wolf. Ah, greetings Martial Uncle. Daoist Tai Shan was overjoyed. Greetings Martial Uncle. Daoist Lu Li was also overjoyed. My primordial spirit hasn't completely fused yet. Get me some materials, I want to fuse them. Although Old Demon Fire Wolf's voice was incomparably majestic, his heart was bleeding as he spoke. No problem, Martial Uncle, please instruct me. Daoist Tai Shan said quickly. Go and prepare the blood-withered vine, heavenly hemp banana, star fragment stone. Xiaofan listed out some rare natural treasures. However, these things could be bought in Lon City's martial artists' market, so it was not difficult. All right, Lu Li, go and make the arrangements. Buy Martial Uncle's things as soon as possible. Daoist Tai Shan felt a little strange. Didn't Old Demon Fire Wolf ask him to prepare some treasures for fusing primordial spirit? Why did he ask him to prepare them again this time? However, he didn't dare to ask too much. He directly got Lu Li to carry out the task. Daoist Lu Li went out and found his disciple, Emoji. He told him to go to the warrior market and buy these things no matter the price. Money was not a problem. Martial Uncle, how do you feel? Is this body all right? Daoist Tai Shan asked carefully. Not bad. Old Demon Fire Wolf thought to himself. Not bad my ass. If I had known this would happen, I wouldn't have possessed this kid even if I was beaten to death. That's good. By the way, Martial Uncle, do you still have Xiao Chang's memories in your body? Daoist Tai Shan asked. Don't slander Xiao Chang. He has already fused with me and become one person. Xiao Chen imitated old demon fire wolf's voice and interjected. He and I are one person now. Don't do anything to Su Chuxia and the rest in the future, understand? This. Daoist Taishan was taken aback and quickly said, got it. Although he was very puzzled, he didn't dare to go against Martial Uncle's wishes. Since Martial Uncle said so, then so be it. However, why did Martial Uncle fuse with Xiao Chang? Wasn't it a possession? Shouldn't it be a replacement? However, with the previous stern reprimand, he didn't dare to ask again. He only sat at the side carefully. Taishan, I heard that you are raising funds to build a Daoist temple? Xiao Chen asked. This, Martial Uncle, actually building a Daoist temple is fake. The real expense is the formation that protects your primordial spirit. We need to continuously invest a large amount of money to maintain it. We can still fork out the money to repair the Daoist temple ourselves. Daoist Taishan explained, however, we don't need to maintain this formation in the future. Naturally, there won't be such a large expenditure. Martial Uncle said that we won't be dealing with the Su family, so we won't be participating in this mission for the time being. Xiao Chen nodded. Alright, you can go first. I want to rest alone. Xiao Chen waved his hand at Daoist Taishan. Mo Ji happily went to the warrior guild and bought all the things that Xiao Chen needed from the warrior market. After returning to the Daoist temple, Xiao Chen got everyone to leave after receiving them. Refining a ghost talisman demon was a very cruel thing. It turned a primordial spirit into a slave. Unless the primordial spirit was willing, the process would be quite painful for both the primordial spirit and the refiner. Fortunately, Elder Heaven Ancestor had deceived this old devil fire wolf to become Xiao Chen's ghost talisman demon. This way, both of them could save some pain. Xiao Chen placed all the materials in front of him. Under a huge cauldron, a raging fire was burning. This was the true Samadhi fire wolf that Xiao Chen had activated. This huge cauldron was the treasure cauldron of the Heavenly Purity Temple. It was the treasure of the temple. Old Devil Fire Wolf didn't expect that one day he would be refined into a demon using this huge cauldron. Xiao Chen followed the instructions of Elder Heaven Ancestor. While activating the true Samadhi fire wolf, he threw the materials prepared by Mo Ji into the huge cauldron one by one. Then, he closed the lid of the cauldron. Sounds of refining and fusion could be heard coming from the huge cauldron. It was very terrifying. After a while, Elder Heaven Ancestor's voice sounded in Xiao Chen's ears. It's done. I will now seal this little guy's primordial spirit and force it out of your body. Then, you can throw it into the huge cauldron. Okay. Xiao Chen nodded. Although Old Devil Fire Wolf was trembling with fear, he didn't dare to disobey. After all, Elder Heaven Ancestor controlled his life and death. If he didn't agree, Elder Heaven Ancestor wouldn't just seal him, but directly kill him. Old Devil Fire Wolf could only accept his fate. He cursed in his heart, little guy, just you wait. When I'm done, I will definitely break away from your control and possess your body. Then, I will refine you and Elder Heaven Ancestor's primordial spirit into my ghost talisman devil head. As he was thinking, Old Devil Fire Wolf was forced out of Xiao Chen's body by Elder Heaven Ancestor. Xiao Chen saw an illusory white light that seemed to be surrounded by a bubble. It slowly rose into the air. Xiao Chen didn't dare to be negligent. He grabbed it and stuffed it into the huge cauldron. Then, he closed the lid of the cauldron again. The true Samadhi Fire Wolf was quickly activated, and the huge cauldron once again emitted a buzzing sound. Accompanied by Old Devil Fire Wolf's shrill screams, the buzzing sound inside the huge cauldron became even louder. The entire huge cauldron swayed back and forth, making clanging sounds. As for Xiao Chen, he didn't care about that. He only followed the method taught to him by Elder Heaven Ancestor and activated the true Samadhi Fire Wolf. He didn't dare to use it for even a moment. After 3 hours, the buzzing sound inside the huge cauldron gradually subsided, and the shrill screams also gradually stopped. Xiaofan knew that the devil head had been successfully refined. He slowly put away the true Samadhi fire. This time, refining the devil head had really overdrawn his physical strength. He was now almost at the end of his rope. Not bad, you persevered. If you couldn't hold on, I was ready to take over at any time. Elder Heaven Ancestor's encouraging voice sounded in Xiaofan's ear. Elder Heaven Ancestor, you finally praised me. Xiaofan said with a smile, now, can you open the lid of the cauldron? Yes. Elder Heaven Ancestor said with certainty. Xiaofan reached out and grabbed the lid of the cauldron and opened it. A humanoid figure suddenly flew out of the cauldron. Its appearance was unexpectedly that wretched man that Xiaofan saw in his divine sense space. Master, Old Devil Fire Wolf pays respect to Master. Although Old Devil Fire Wolf was unwilling, he now felt that his life was closely related to Xiaofan. If Xiaofan wanted him to die, he absolutely wouldn't be able to live. There was no other way, he could only bow his head. Not bad. Elder Heaven Ancestor, how powerful is this devil head? Xiaofan asked. His strength is at the foundation establishment stage, but before that, he was in the primordial spirit state. Even if he refined a devil head, it should only be at the 7th or 8th level of Qi refining stage. It shouldn't be too high. Elder Heaven Ancestor said. Master, I'm very powerful, okay? I can at least fight against a martial master now. Old Devil Fire Wolf said. He didn't lie about this. Elder Heaven Ancestor nodded, a devil head is similar to a cultivator. It's not strange for a martial master to fight someone of a higher level. Of course, it depends on the level of the martial master. He can deal with an ordinary martial master, but he can't deal with a powerful one. Oh, that's not bad. Elder Heaven Ancestor, where does he usually go? He can't just follow me like this, right? If I bring him out, people will be scared to death. Xiaofan looked at the illusory humanoid figure and was somewhat speechless. If people who didn't know the truth saw this, they would think that it was a ghost.